We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it, because first is who we are.
While studying chemistry, I learned so much about science, and even more about myself. The professors at our school are amazing. They made a difference in my life and prepared me to make a difference in the world. Thanks to Henderson State University, I live ready.
The GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
It's the final day of the final GAC Tournament Championship in 2021 from Clydeberry Field on the campus of Henderson State University in Arkadelphia. We bring you GAC Baseball, the Tournament Championship featuring #1 seed Arkansas Tech against 7th seed Henderson State. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Michael Westbrook along with and Cyrus Whitting. Championship day here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, set up for 2 o'clock start. Might be ahead of that today. And it's the 7th seed Reddies taking on the top seed and co-regular season champion Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. Brian?
Oh, yeah, we've got a great day for some speed coming out here in Arkadelphia, taking on Henderson State. As you can see, Arkansas Tech in the third base dugout, Henderson State in the first base dugout.
Final championship of the 2020-21 season, and we are excited about this one. So for Arkansas Tech, Ryan Rodriguez, wearing the number 12, a junior with a 4.43 ERA in 13 appearances this year, is going to take the mound for the Wonder Boys. Spencer Tack will be on the mound for Henderson. We'll tell you about the right-hander for the Reddies when he takes the mound in the bottom of the inning. So Henderson, you see on the screen there, occupying the first base dugout, a switch from last night, as they typically occupy the third base side. The Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, the top seed, will take the home dugout along the third base side, and we are just about ready to begin the championship. Danny Mitchell Jr. will lead things off for Henderson State, the left fielder. Batting second will be the first baseman Grayson Stevens, and batting third will be the shortstop Joe Myers. You have the third baseman Caden Argenbright batting in the cleanup spot. The DH Alec Lewis will hit fifth. And Ryan Rodriguez on the mound for the Wonder Boys. The first pitch is fouled out of play. Batting sixth is the second baseman Daniel Colasanto. Batting seventh, the center fielder Bryson Haskins. And batting eighth, the catcher Josh Aguilar. Hitting ninth is the right fielder Nick Butler. That's the lineup for Cody Hooten's team. 25-17, the record for the Reddies this year. Mitchell hits this one on the infield. Long run back behind second for the shortstop. Wild throw from Drew Bailey. And on at first to start the game is Danny Mitchell on the E6 from Bailey. Might have been close to see where Mitchell was at down the line there, but the throw was not good.
No, but just like the Reddies are getting started just like they were last night, not leaving anything off, starting off, first runner getting on every inning. That's what they need to be able to go today.
7 out of 9 times last night, Henderson had their leadoff batter reach. So Grayson Stevens with the runner on at first, nobody out. As we start this one here in the top half of the first, he'll take high for a ball. Numbers for Stevens this year, hitting .353. The junior with 61 hits, 8 doubles, 8 home runs, and 1 triple. Mitchell a bit of a threat to steal. He'll take his lead. They'll throw back. And no tag applied. The throw was offline a little bit.
Trying to keep him at first.
Arkansas Tech and head coach Dave Dawson enter with a 28-14 record. Rodriguez will miss up high again, 2-0 to Grayson Stevens. There was some damage done last night by Henderson. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that, but they beat Oklahoma Baptist 16-1. 2-0 delivery, fouled out of play, 2-1.
And Michael, what's crazy about that, there wasn't a single home run hit by Henderson State last night. There was 2 doubles.
Actually, 4. They ended up getting those 2 in the ninth. They had the back-to-back doubles in the ninth. But up until the ninth inning, it was, two extra base hits. 79 degrees, our game time temperature. We were originally scheduled for 1 o'clock after the games went long last night. Bumped that by an hour for a 2 o'clock start. And looking at the forecast, a slight chance of rain around 5 o'clock. It looks as if we should be pretty good until then. Up high to run the count to 3-1. Feels like 84 out there, though, Brian, because it is muggy. It's
humid. Does for sure. And you got to think about the guys on the turf right now. It's definitely at least 95 degrees, but you couldn't beat it. Couldn't beat it. It's supposed to be rain. I don't see any rain. Let's play some ball.
The camera crew gave me the head nod as well as they're out in those elements. Count goes full after Stevens missed that one.
We wouldn't be able to do this without the camera crew, though. So thank you, guys.
Absolutely. A lot of left-handers in the lineup, as we said last night for Henderson. Here comes the payoff pitch. Runner will go. It's outside, ball 4. The throw won't matter. And so that is a walk to put Stevens on, and Mitchell gets second base. Reddy's threatening early here. First and second, nobody out. And how many times last night did we see first and second, nobody out, or bases loaded, nobody out? 3 or 4 or 5 times, right?
Yes, we did, for sure. And that's what Rodriguez right here, trying to limit the big inning right here, needs to get back in, see if he can get the hard out right here, get the first out, and then go from there.
An American flag in straightaway center field was blowing out towards the right just a bit. And Myers will take a strike. One guy in the lineup who was ready to get back to it today must have been Myers, because he struggled at the plate yesterday while his teammates were hitting. He's got a chance to cash in early.
And you're right, Michael. I mean, that's what baseball pays back. Didn't have a very good night at the dish last night, but you just got to keep swinging and hope it falls.
Down low to Myers, 1-1. So the senior hitting .284. He's got 6 doubles, 4 triples, 11 home runs. Walked 23 times. That's tied for second on the team behind Mitchell's 25. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. And once again, we're seeing the Reddies patient at the plate. That was the theme last night.
It was, and they had a lot of success from it last night. If it's not broke, don't change it.
Rodriguez takes his time. Myers ready to go. 2-1. 2 on. And that one swung on and missed. 2-2 to Myers.
Great pitch right there by Rodriguez, getting chase on the outside fastball.
Henderson had a 9-6 win on Friday night in Magnolia over Southern Arkansas to advance to the semifinals yesterday. 16-1 over Oklahoma Baptist last night. 2-2 pitch. A little check swing, actually made contact with it. Pitcher will field over to first. Essentially works like a sac bunt. It'll move Mitchell and Stevens 90 feet closer.
Yep, avoid the double play right there. Get the runners over, and also you avoid a strikeout as well. Great job by Joe Myers.
So that's Mitchell at third, Stevens at second.
Number 6, Caden Argenbright.
Caden Argenbright, the third baseman, has a chance with 2 runners in scoring position in the top half of the first inning. Documented the success of this freshman Argenbright a lot last night, a .393 batting average. Off-speed pitch outside and high for ball 1. So Arkansas Tech wins on Friday night 3-2 against Southwestern. They scored 2 of their runs on a wild pitch. And then they won yesterday 4-3 against Arkansas Monticello. 1-0 to Argenbright. Swung on, fouled away. And that one goes into the Arkansas Tech bullpen. And then Karams back out onto the field. Several multi-run innings yesterday for Henderson.
Yes, yes. And it was either 3 or 4 runs.
Yeah, here's a 1-1. Chopper to the middle, long play over for the shortstop. He has another wild throw. 1 run is in, as that is Drew Bailey again throwing offline, and Jonathan Arrieta had to do a lot of work there at first just to save that one from going past him. We'll get a chance to look at this again. Do you think Argenbright was already going to be there? I don't know.
I think it was going to be close. I think had a hard 90 right there. Kind of made the shortstop the way he was playing. He was playing deep, hard chopper hit right over the pitcher's head. Had to come through and make a clean throw quick. It's too close to call. Hit by pitch.
Yeah, Lewis hit by the pitch will load the bases with only 1 out, and Coach Dawson is already out of the dugout. Nope, just to pick up a baseball. Pitching coach instead will make the walk out.
A lot of energy in this game from both sides. Pitching coach just coming out here right now. Hey, just calm down. We got a lot of ball left. You got 1 out. Get back in the zone and go from there. Trust your defense. Can't do too much right here.
2 errors in the inning. And so a run across for Henderson without a hit. They had the 3 runs to start the game, well, a couple innings in, after the bases were walked loaded. And again, a bunch of singles brought runs in. And so here we're seeing an error, a walk, a ground out, another error, and now a hit batter to load them up. And now we already got activity in the Tech bullpen. And I believe that's John Walsh, the man who had to have a jersey change before the start of this one. Freshman left-hander warming up. Daniel Colasanto is at the plate in a huge spot for the Reddies early on, already up 1-0. And he takes for a strike.
Not a bad take there by Dan. Wanted to see a pitch. Didn't want to go up there swinging first pitch.
345 average for Colasanto. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. That'll make it 0-2. Great numbers for Colasanto all season long at 345, but hitting above 400 here at home, 404. Goes down swinging on 3 pitches that time, though. And that's a pretty good bounce back from Ryan Rodriguez for the second out to get Colasanto. Bases remain loaded for Bryson Haskins.
Definitely a big out right there by Rodriguez. You know, you get 2 outs, bases loaded. Got to minimize the damage right here. Want to get back into the dugout so your offense can get back and hit.
Stevens is at third, Argenbright at second, and you've got Lewis at first. Haskins takes high. 281 average for Haskins. Those 8 and 9 hitters, or 7, 8, and 9 did well last night. Haskins was 2 for 4, Aguilar 2 for 4, and Butler also had 2 big hits. 8 runs batted in by those 3. Takes, fooled a little bit there. Looked like Haskins was leaning back.
Yeah, looked like he might have thought it was little in, but looked like it might have curved right back over the plate. Maybe a cutter right there.
Arkansas Tech pitcher not warming up now, and that one's high as well. 2-1.
You know, if you're Haskins, you're trying to see the ball in late right there. You're trying to see, you know, if you can drive anything maybe to the right side, score 2, maybe try to get Alec Lewis over to third if you can.
Here comes a 2-1, and this is sent to right field. It is going to be caught by Josh Detweiler to end the inning. So Henderson does get 1 run on no hits, and they leave the bases loaded. Arkansas Tech gets out of there just giving up the 1 run. They will come to bat for the first time in just a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
My college journey allowed me to become a versatile musician, a well-rounded student, and a stronger person. My experience at Henderson State University is why I live ready.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days, I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Spencer Tack will take the mound for the Reddies. 4.6 ERA for the junior right-hander with a 6-1 record in 12 appearances, all starts. He has 1 complete game. He's pitched 62 2/3 this year, allowing 64 hits. 34 runs, 32 of those have been earned. He's walked 22, struck out 67. Opponents hitting 268 against him, 1 wild pitch, and he's hit 8 batters this year. Again, it's 6-1. Spencer Tack on the mound for Henderson. And Brian, he's going to be working with a lead after the Reddies left the bases loaded but got 1 in the top half of the first.
He will, and that's the thing. When you get the lead as a pitcher, you got to be able to come out and pitch with the lead. That's what you got to be able to just attack the zone, find the defense, you know, get the ball to the guys that you know will make plays, but also just trust yourself. You know, attack pitching on a couple days rest. Looking forward to a great outing by him right here.
Batting lineup for Arkansas Tech: Garrett Cruz, left fielder, hits first. Catcher will bat second. That's Matt Robbins. Designated hitter hits third. It's Evan Halfley. And the right fielder, Josh Detweiler, will be in the cleanup spot. So Cruz, the junior, hitting .335. Will take on the corner for a strike. Trace Maddox, one of the best hitters in the league, in the 5 spot at third base for Arkansas Tech. And Jonathan Arrieta at first base hits 6th. Batting 7th is the second baseman, Camden Bennett. 0-1, high drive, left field. Will it stay fair? Doesn't look like it will. And that is foul. 340 down the left field line. And that one was going a long ways.
Everybody in them golf carts had to get back into the golf cart.
It kind of looked like a pitching wedge swing there.
Yeah, got to make sure you yell 4 there.
Drew Bailey, the shortstop, hits 8th, and Elijah Boyer, the center fielder, will bat 9th. That's the lineup for Arkansas Tech. 0-2 will miss the plate, 1-2.
Great take right there by Cruz. You know, Tech probably trying to get him to see 0-2 count, trying to get him to maybe chase it.
Now the 1-2 to Cruz, swung on and missed, strike 3. He got him for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. So conference tournament championship game, we're used to the Southern Arkansas, now the Oklahoma Baptist as of late. To some extent, Henderson has been in the championship 4 times now. Cyrus Whitting with a little bit more about what's on the line for these two teams. It's been a while since a championship has gone to one of these two schools.
It has been, guys. For Henderson State, last conference championship title was 1982 when the Reddies were back in the AIC. The coach of that team, none other than Clyde Berry, who has the namesake of the field. And for Arkansas Tech, they've won a fair share of regular season conference championships, but they have not won a postseason title since winning the 1984 NAIA District 17 tourney.
My goodness. Wonder Boys and Reddies go back a long time through the AIC and the Gulf South Conference, now the Great American Conference. Well, somebody's going to get that first GAC title here today. Of course, Arkansas Tech co-champions of the regular season with SAU, and Robbins is hit by the pitch. Matt Robbins on base. Nine hit batters this year for Spencer Tack.
Batting the designated hitter, number 20, Evan Hackley.
And he did pitch against Southern Arkansas on Friday. He went 4 innings. We'll see how much he has today. Of course, it's already Tuesday now. Lost track of my days. He should be okay.
He should be. He should be able to go at least 5 innings today. Just got to keep his pitch count low. Both pitchers do.
DH Evan Hafley takes low for ball, 1-0. 363 average for Hafley, the sophomore DH, making his 43rd start this season. Big numbers, 605 slugging percentage. Way outside, and it's 2-0. Hafley with 11 doubles and 9 home runs, 32 driven in this year. Robbins 8 of 11 stealing bases. And Tech can steal some bases now. They've got 4 players with 8 or more, including Camden Bennett, who leads the team with 14. Two-one here to Hafley. Big rip. And now 2-2. The wind shifting a bit, blowing out towards left field now.
Looks like, I don't know if it's blowing out or in.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both, huh?
Looks like from right to left.
And the 2-2 fouled out of play. Watch out for the 2 vehicles coming down the road off to our right there. They just missed that one. Yeah, you're right. It might be blowing in, actually. A little bit in, a little bit right to left.
Just a tad. Maybe like 5-10 mile an hour.
2-2 will miss the strike zone. The count goes full. Three and 2 to Hafley. Here's the DH at the plate with a runner on at first and 1 out. And Robbins looks ready to run. They'll check on him.
I was just fixing to say, I don't know if Robbins will run or not with being at full count and 1 out.
Yeah.
But no stranger to that. We've seen Tech do it yesterday with them only 1 out with full count.
Tech paying attention to him, that's for sure. He's going to stay put on the infield. Hard hit ground ball will go past a diving Joe Myers into left field, a base hit. And so a full count base hit there from Evan Hafley to put runners at first and second as you see it again. Myers just could not quite come up with that one.
Great hit by Hafley, way to extend the AB right there, see some pitches, and found the hole right there through the 6 hole where Joe wasn't.
So the Wonder Boys threatening a bit, first and second, 1 out. They've got their cleanup hitter, Josh Detweiler. .393 average with 12 doubles, 4 triples, and 9 home runs. He has 31 runs batted in this year and a slugging percentage of .707. We'll check swing. Did he go? First base umpire says he did not. 1-0. Winner of this one will get to advance on to the NCAA Regional. And as we talked about yesterday, it's a little bit different this year, trying to determine who's actually going to be in. The seeds of the teams are not ranked. Everything is listed in alphabetical order as under consideration. They have 10 teams that are under consideration. Oklahoma Baptist and Southern Arkansas on the list. With only 6 teams getting in, I don't know if GAC gets 3 schools in there. So, of course, Oklahoma Baptist was 10th on that list, I believe. So you'd have to think, I mean, yeah, their season is over.
Yeah, especially after last night.
Well, they weren't 10th. I mean, it was alphabetical. So, but they were in the top 10, I should say.
But when you're taking only 6, I mean, it's going to be tough to get everybody in there.
To right center field, that will fall in front of Haskins. Everybody moves up a station. They're going to send the runner at third. Here comes the throw. He'll backpedal to third. The throw is high into left field, and the run does score for Arkansas Tech as Matt Robbins crosses the plate. How about that? They probably had Robbins going back to third. You'll see it all again here.
You know, way to go for Haskins to get it in. Grayson cutting off, getting it to home plate. I think Aggie just maybe let it slip out of his hand. You know, maybe tried to rush it. He thought he had him, just maybe let it go out of his hand too early. Runners moved to second and third with that error.
So it's a single for Josh Detweiler, and we've got a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the first inning now. Robbins, the runner that scored, Hafley at third, Detweiler at second. And the error is mounting up for both sides. Fly ball to left, high in the air. Going back to third is Hafley. Let's see if he'll tag. Nope, he's going to stay put. Catch is made by Danny Mitchell as that one just kind of continued to hang in the air and not go very deep.
Well, and that's what I think maybe Danny Mitchell maybe did a little deep for the third base right there, because he was looks like he was gonna tag, but Mitchell playing a little bit deeper, maybe faked him out just a tad to get him to, you know, get off the bag and not tag.
That's Maddox popping out. So 2 down now in the inning, and Jonathan Arrieta, the first baseman, will stand in with runners in scoring position. Arrieta hitting .358 this season. Strike there. Aguilar has some trouble catching it, but still a strike. Both pitchers having to work in this one. Rodriguez threw 24 pitches in the first inning. And it's been a long half inning for Spencer Tack as well. Off-speed delivery, and Arrieta couldn't come up with that one. 0-2.
It's a hard cut by Arrieta. Just missed it.
Arrieta with 7 doubles and 12 home runs this year. 0-2 on the corner, called strike 3. That will end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits for Arkansas Tech, and after 1 inning complete, Henderson won. Arkansas Tech won in the tournament championship game.
Yeah, I've got choices.
I'm ready for my future.
Your future, your choice.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Josh Aguilar, Nick Butler, and Danny Mitchell will bat for Henderson. Top half of the second inning. And after 7 guys made it to the plate in the top half of the first, Reddies were able to get 1 run on no hits. There was an error in that half inning. And then Tech scored a run on 2 hits with 2 errors in the bottom half of the first. So back to work for Ryan Rodriguez in his second inning of work. His defense behind him, he's got Cruz in left field, Boyer in center, Detweiler in right. Maddox is at third base, Bailey the shortstop, Bennett at second, Arrieta at first, and Matt Robbins is the catcher. Aguilar wants to make up for that throwing error that he had in the bottom of the first. See what he does at the plate. 0-1 now the count.
You got to know Rodriguez's mindset right now is completely changed after getting back. Now it's a 0-0 ball game. Nothing's different. Got to come back out, clear the mindset, get back to work.
0-1 up high. Oh, to call the strike. 0-2. Numbers for Aguilar, 377 batting average. Splitting some time this year. This is his 24th start. Now the 0-2 pitch. Foul tipped that one into the glove, strike 3. So Aguilar goes down. And before Nick Butler comes to bat, let's go back down to Cyrus Whitting and let's talk a little bit about what Haskins and Aguilar and Butler have done for this Reddies team.
Batting the right fielder, number 20, Nick Butler.
With the bottom of the order here in the championship.
All right, thanks, Cyrus. Yeah, and it was basically all Arkansas Tech in the regular season against the Reddies as well. A very early February 13th game that was played here was won by Henderson 8-5, and that was a non-conference game. And then Tech won the final 4 matchups of the regular season. One thing I've always found interesting in this, we were talking earlier about AIC and everything else. The Arkansas schools have consistently played each other in non-conference games over the years. And so Tech took the GAC regular season series, but they also won a game in non-conference play on March 23rd. That score was 13-7. And outside of the very last game where it was 4-3, Tech has really had Henderson's number this year.
Yes, they have. I mean, when you go, they've played 5 games and Henderson's only won 1. Yeah, you would think Tech would come into this game thinking, you know what, hey, we've got their number, but you might see something different. But Rodriguez right now looks like he's in the zone.
Yep, he has retired 4 in a row, striking out 3 of those 4 batters, including Nick Butler right there going down looking for the second out of the top of the second inning. And, of course, Henderson playing with a fully loaded deck now. They did not have some of their key figures during the conference regular season series against Arkansas Tech played in Russellville April the 10th and the 11th. Rodriguez will step off the rubber for just a moment. Now he's ready to go against Mitchell. Curveball there. So Mitchell reached on the E6, the throwing error from Drew Bailey, and scored Henderson's run in the top of the first. He got to second after Stevens walked, and then there was another throwing error on Bailey during Argenbright's at bat. That's what allowed Mitchell to score. Taps that one foul, 2-1.
Nice pitch by Rodriguez right there, down 2-0 in the count, way to get back in, cut it in half. Now you want to try to even it up right here.
Two-one delivery, another one chopped foul behind him, 2-2. .298 average for Mitchell. On base percentage of .407. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Rodriguez trying to retire the Reddies in order. Might be able to do so. High in the air to left. Cruz comes in. Garrett Cruz, the left fielder, makes the catch. And that does indeed shut down the Reddies in order in the top of the second. So go to the bottom of the second inning in a 1-1 game. Wonder Boys come to bat in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
When you think about college, it's easy to think of intimidating things.
Like the large campus and classrooms, big books, and big tests.
And the long journey you'll take to achieve your dream career.
But when you get here, you realize that it's not just about these things.
Instead, it's about the people.
The people who pushed us to succeed.
Those who struggled and achieved with us.
Believed in us.
It's about how we feel when we're on campus.
It's about finding our place.
It's about family. You may not always know exactly where you're going, but at SAU, it's about discovering yourself and living and learning with people who care about you.
It's about finding your home.
It's about being home.
This is home.
7, 8, 9 due up in the batting order for Arkansas Tech. That's Camden Bennett, Drew Bailey, and Elijah Boyer. We got a good game here, 1-1. Bottom of the second inning, just getting the championship game underway here from Clyde Berry Field. And Cyrus mentioned earlier as Henderson looking for their first tournament championship since 1982 when Clyde Berry was the head coach. Being told that was his first season here, in fact. And ended up getting the field named after him. Of course, his son, Trey Berry, the president at Southern Arkansas University. When are they going to name something after you, Bryant? Ground ball on the infield and over to first for the out. I mean, like,
Can I get the money?
Okay, yeah.
No, it would be awesome if that ever was to happen. But, you know,
I mean, look,
I've got to give my money to Henderson. You know, I got to give everything back to the program.
There you go.
That gave me everything that I was able to have success.
But look, you've run the scoreboard. You're doing color commentary now. I mean, there's a piece of plywood or something up here. We can put your name up here somewhere, I think.
That would be nice. Nice little plaque.
Got to start somewhere.
Official scoreboard keeper.
There we go. Here's Drew Bailey at the plate. And shortstop will take ball one. Bailey hitting .231. Hard hit ball. That'll go foul, though. Good catch by Fan. Tosses it back.
A lot of ones on the board right now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Scores 1-1.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned that Spencer Tack pitched on Friday against Southern Arkansas and did well. Went 4 innings and, you know, would have liked to have been out there longer, I'm sure. And here he is, an inning and a third in, giving up 2 hits so far. The run he gave up was not earned, and here comes a 2-1. Sent to right center field. Going over is Haskins, but Butler actually there to make the catch for the second out. And Cyrus Tack has he's been kind of 2 pitchers this year, I guess. Pretty incredible here at home.
Yeah, he's been sensational at home, guys. He was a first-team All-GAC performer, but his home numbers are more like All-American numbers. 1.91 ERA at Clydeberry Field, 4-1, 33 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, just 8 walks. He's just a different guy at home.
Well, and here he is in the championship game, so on his home field, right back to him, off his glove and into center field for a base hit. He is okay. And you can tell how much that had on it because it hit his glove pretty solidly before it bounced all the way behind second base.
I think if anything, that's a great hit right there, but I think if I'm Tack, I'm more frustrated right now because it hit my glove and I didn't catch it.
Right.
Number 18, Garrett Cruz.
What's the acronym? Field your position. What was it?
PFP.
There we go. PFP.
Pitchers fielding their position.
So Boyer will bat. 2 outs, runner at first. See how Tack responds to that. Down the middle for a strike.
Didn't let that phase him.
Not at all. 213 average for Boyer out of the 9 spot in the lineup. The Wonder Boys center fielder has started 36 games this year. Or excuse me, this is Cruz now. Yeah, Cruz. Boyer's the one that reached. Cruz struck out his first time up. Two-out hit gets you back to the top of the lineup. That looked pretty good. Call the strike, 1-2.
Cruz looking back, maybe thought it was a little outside.
One-two delivery from Tack. Ground ball off a couple of hops. Shortstop will go the short route. Whoa! And out at second base. That might be worth seeing again. Myers to Colasanto. And had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove there. Kind of a high throw, but nonetheless, the inning comes to an end. No runs for Arkansas Tech. And after 2, got a 1-1 game on the GAC Sports Network.
Looking back, I think I was a little nervous starting college. But from the moment I arrived at OBU, it felt like home. I found friends, we laughed together, studied together, and learned what it means to be a bison. Amy. I got to know my professors and found out that they really care about me. I found my place at OBU.
Back home, the world seems small. Here, it has expanded.
I've been challenged and have grown in knowledge and inspired.
I've been part of something bigger, something special.
Surrounded and supported by new brothers and sisters who were once strangers.
And my sense of community and my role in it has grown too.
Harding University, a community of mission.
Welcome back to the tournament championship game here on the GAC Sports Network. 1-1 our score as we go to the top of the third inning. Grayson Stevens, Joe Myers, and Caden Argenbright will hit for the Reddies. 2, 3, 4 in the batting order. While we have a moment, a big shout out to Tony White in Junction City, Kentucky. Spending the afternoon watching some GAC baseball. And Mr. White, we understand that you have a long-time friendship with our commissioner, Will Pruitt. So God bless you, sir. And thanks for watching some baseball today. Mr. Stevens at the plate. Grayson Stevens swing and a miss. Walked his first time up, was left at third base. That first inning, Bryant, could have been pretty explosive for the Reddies. A good job of Rodriguez to kind of hold things at bay and just give up the one run.
Yes, and especially right now, Rodriguez getting in there, first pitch ahead, 1-1 now. But he's seeming like he's more calm, collected after the first inning, after the pitching coach went out and talked to him, able to get out of that inning, minimizing the damage. Love to see it.
And therefore a strike to Stevens, making it 1-2. I mentioned that that regular season conference series, April 10th and 11th. It was 11-2 Arkansas Tech, then 11-1, and then they won the final game 4-3. Did he go around? Are they appealing to third? They're not appealing.
No, they did. They did. He went. He did not go.
Okay.
That's safe.
Well, 2-2. Robbins thought they had strike 3 there.
Not a bad pitch by Rodriguez right there. Maybe trying to get Stevens to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
And so as Cyrus mentioned earlier, you look at some of the numbers. High hop to short. Bailey has been having some trouble here today, but makes the play there. Arrieta saved him again a bit. A long stretch at first for the out. Whew. Barely had a toe on the bag. Well, as Cyrus was saying earlier, some of the numbers for the bottom of the lineup for the Reddies, not so great against this Tech team because the series was so lopsided. I mean, it's kind of hard to even look at too many of those numbers because things really did go wrong for the Reddies. I mean, the numbers were pretty staggering compared to the numbers for Tech, a 588 average, a 500 average in the series. I mean, a lot of guys were pounding the ball at Baswell Stadium there in Russellville that weekend. But there was, of course, COVID-19's affected a lot of teams throughout the year, and then that was the case for Henderson during that series. 0-1 is sent to center field pretty high to the warning track for center fielder Boyer. He's able to reel that one in for the second out. Look at Argenbright. He was one of the bright spots for Henderson against Tech. He hit .313, had 5 hits and 16 at bats. This is 7 in a row retired by Rodriguez after he hit Lewis back in the first inning. Brian, is it the top of the lineup? Is it the jitters? What is it about that first inning it seems like we've seen here in the tournament where some long innings, some runs have been given up?
You think it might be jitters. Maybe, just the energy, the atmosphere. It's a beautiful day here at Clydeberry. A lot of fans in the stands. And you're playing championship baseball. You're playing for a tournament. You're playing for a trophy. What better day can you not ask for,
Yeah.
So as a starting pitcher, you just got to be able to come out there, control your emotions from get-go. But with the pitching coach being able to go out there and kind of calm Rodriguez down, you can't ask for anything better.
Argenbright looking at a 2-0 count, will swing away. Out of play for strike 1. Just in front of the pine trees over there. That one going to a fan. We documented the pine trees yesterday. I like the pine trees, but when they're in somebody else's yard, so I don't have to rake up all the pine cones and everything else left behind. That's lazy of me, I guess. I don't know.
Well, there's just so many pine needles that you just got to rake.
Yeah. Hitter's count here for Argenbright. If he gets something going with 2 outs, he'll take a strike and the count goes full 3-2.
Argenbright, maybe not the pitch he's looking for. He had a free pitch to see. Full count here.
Payoff pitch. Oh, fouled it off of him. Be all right from that. Still an interesting lineup there for Henderson. A run on no hits with 1 error. And Rodriguez trying to make it 3 up and 3 down for the second consecutive inning. Payoff pitch coming to Caden Argenbright. And that's ball 4. Missing low and outside. So Argenbright has been on base twice after he reached on an error back in the first inning. That extends the inning to Alec Lewis. Lewis wasn't up there very long the first time around before he was hit by a pitch.
Nope, first pitch. You know, getting hit by a breaking ball that just caught him on the inside. Looking to do damage here. Extend the inning with 2 outs. Rodriguez just got to get in there and try to get this last out right here.
Lewis went 1 for 8 against Arkansas Tech during the regular season. Freshman hitting .298, hovering around that 300 mark. Pretty good power number, slugging .500, 8 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs. 1-0 swing and a miss. Actually foul tipped it into the glove there, 1-1. Colasanto waiting on deck if Lewis can reach, as Argenbright kept the inning going with a walk with 2 outs. That one's high and outside, 2-1.
Argenbright with 59 hits on the year. That's 2 behind the leader on the team, Grayson Stevens.
Argenbright had the grand slam that turned the game against SAU Friday night. 2-1 pitch, had 5 runs batted in that game. As that gets away from the catcher Robbins, down to second goes Argenbright. If Tech could win this thing, they would join their softball team who won the tournament championship just a couple of days ago. Eric Moyer will have to tell me how many times that has happened in the history of the GAC. I would say that it hasn't happened often. Ground ball that goes off the mound, nicely played by Bailey at short, to first in time, and Jonathan Arrieta is busy at first base today, but he made another good play. And so a 2-out walk, but nothing else after that. No hits with 1 left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd in a 1-1 game on the GAC Sports Network. Henderson back out on the mound, and Spencer Tack for his 3rd inning of work in a 1-1 game against Arkansas Tech. I have questions, I get answers, Brian. So I was wondering if in the history of the GAC, have we ever had a year where baseball and softball teams both won the tournament championship in the same season? It's happened 1 time, and probably those who are familiar with the league could have picked the team just based on the sheer number of tournament wins they've had over the years. I could not remember the year, but 2014 Southern Arkansas softball team won in Bentonville, and then the Southern Arkansas baseball team won out in Enid a few days later. Fun facts on the GAC Sports Network. Robbins has got the 1 run scored for Arkansas Tech. He was hit by a pitch, and then after Hafley and Detweiler had a couple singles, he was able to score. Detweiler with the RBI single. Pitch from Tack outside, 2-1. Robbins in 5 games against Henderson this year had the highest batting average among his teammates, a .588 average. He went 10 for 17.
That's a good weekend.
Yeah. Ten hits, 1 double, and 2 home runs. Also drove in 7. 2-2 delivery from Tack outside, and the count goes full at 3-2. Payoff pitch from Spencer Tack, sent to left out of play. They will do it again.
Great swing by Robbins right there to foul it off to extend his at-bat right here.
Tack's tournament numbers, again, 4 innings against SAU, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 4 as he faced 21 batters. And now he's into his 3rd inning of work here. Right down the first base line, picked up by Stevens, touches the bag for the out. 1 up and 1 down, 3 unassisted.
You know, that's a great pitch right there by Tack. Full count, curveball to a left-hander.
Yeah.
Might have threw Robbins off guard right there.
Evan Hafley 1 for 1 today. Tack delivers, he'll take. And, you know, Hafley's another one of these guys, Cyrus, has the DH here for Arkansas Tech that has put up some big numbers this year against the Reddies.
9 home runs this season. 4 of those have come in his 5 starts against the Reddies as he laces one to left field. Yeah. And he's got 5 other home runs in 37 of his other starts. So when he sees the Henderson State Red, he's got the green light.
Well, obviously, that was the case there, swinging at the first pitch after already getting 1 base hit. So it is caught by Danny Mitchell, though. So now 1 for 2 for Evan Hafley. Tack has really started to settle in here as well, too. A 2-out single last inning. But he's keeping Arkansas Tech at bay here. Bottom of the 3rd, 1-1 game.
Today we could see a pitching duel, just like you talked about before this. It could be a 1-1 game for a while.
Well, I said 1-0, so I've already lost that bet, I guess. But, you know.
But it's also a good thing, too. Yesterday, both teams not using a lot of their pitching staff. So now you have more rest. Just for, you give rest of your bullpen guys another day of relief, you know, just in case somebody gets in trouble today. Then you might look at going to a committee or just going to your guys and be like, hey, I need 1 inning. Give me your best inning today.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
My guess was solely based on the fact that Arkansas Tech has played 2 tournament games and they've both been 1-run games. So you never know. Just missing inside, and the count goes to 3-1. Might have been a little bit low to Josh Detweiler. Detweiler had a .385 mark in the regular season against the Reddies. Did he go? He did not. So he is on base with a walk. 2-out walk.
Batting the 3rd baseman, number 2, Trace Maddox.
You keep doing that, though, and that could limit your time out on the mound if you keep allowing a base runner with 2 outs. But,
yeah.
You know, no damage done in the 2nd. We'll see what happens here.
Can't give up free bases for both teams right here.
Trace Maddox has had some pretty incredible numbers this year. Second best batting average in the league at .424. Had the most doubles in the league with 17. And he was second, just one behind Hardings Smith for most triples this season. He had 5 triples. On base percentage of .508, ranked second behind Austin Baker of Southern Arkansas. Now remember, yesterday afternoon, he was pretty busy at third base. There were a lot of balls hit his way.
Yes, there was.
1-1 count. He flew out to the left field in the first inning. Pops this one up on the infield this time, and first baseman will come in. Stevens calls off the pitcher to make the catch. And that does indeed end the inning. A 2-out walk, no damage there. No hits with 1 left on. 3 complete, a 1-1 game in our championship between Arkansas Tech and Henderson on the GAC Sports Network.
In high school, people described me as bright,
hardworking, and dedicated.
That I had a big heart because I care about people and doing the right things.
Now, everywhere I look, I see an entire community just like that.
Learning more,
doing more, and caring more.
A community of mission, Harding University.
Before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Top of the 4th inning from Henderson's Clyde Berry Field here in Arkadelphia. It's the 3rd time in the 9-year tournament history of the Great American Conference to have the tournament played here in Arkadelphia. Previously in 2016 and 2017. And 10th year of the Great American Conference, and just the 9th tournament after COVID-19 wiped out those spring sport championships a year ago. Boy, it's nice to be back. Some sort of normalcy here, Bryant. It's good to see fans at games and people running around all over the place. Kids out there.
Enjoying the weather.
Yeah.
Enjoying the weather. Enjoying the beautiful day of baseball. Can't beat a day at the ballpark.
No. Chamber of Commerce kind of day, as Daniel Gallegos would say. That was actually his weather forecast in the box score when Arkansas Tech played Henderson in the regular season. No actual temperature, just Chamber of Commerce day. What are we looking at? Is that like 70 maybe, 72? What's a Chamber of Commerce day for you? 72, David Sally? 75, okay. We'll see if Daniel sends in a text with his numbers. Calasanto, Haskins, and Aguilar here for the Reddies. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order. 0-2 off of 1 hop picked up by the third baseman. That's Maddox. Long throw to first in time. Arrieta was probably happy on that one. He's just stand here.
Right to the chest. Right to the chest.
He's done some yoga over there at first base with those stretches today.
He has. For a first baseman, he's pretty flexible.
Here's Bryson Haskins. Ended the first inning flying out to right field. He's 0 for 1. And got fooled by that one. That was way outside, cutting away from him. Cyrus documented the struggles of the bottom of the lineup for the Reddies against Arkansas Tech this year, and today they're 0 for 3. 0 for 5 when you include in Calasanto. And Haskins having some trouble up there. Well, I heard from Jacob Pumphrey first. You know, he and Daniel, they're kind of the same people. They worked together a long time. Jacob says 72 and a light breeze is his Chamber of Commerce day. I said 72 as well, Jacob. 75's too hot. You know, that's kind of warm.
Depending on the breeze.
No, 75 would be good in this part of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Get rid of the humidity, though. You know?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Ball and 2 strikes. High fly ball left field, but it is definitely playable. That's Cruz who's there to make the catch. Second out. You know, 10 years of this, Brian, I've been fortunate to call games all sorts of places in the GAC, travel a little bit for various things. And when I think of Chamber of Commerce Day and the 70-degree weather, I'll never forget how lucky I was to get to go to San Diego as a part of a NCAA trip. And I thought, I don't know why people don't just move there, you know? Perfect weather out there. I always think of that. I've never been back, actually, since then.
I've actually never been to San Diego, let alone just California. So, you know, one day, hopefully, to get out there and enjoy the view, enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
Got to go out there for some baseball games. Love to go to Petco Park and watch the Padres play.
All right. Who's your favorite Major League Baseball team?
St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay, well, like everybody else in this part of the world, yeah.
We're still Cardinals fans are still kind of bummed out that we didn't go back and get Pujols, but.
Oh yeah, no. How about that? That's interesting news this year.
But good for Pujols for getting to play again with the Dodgers.
Yeah. Josh Aguilar at the plate, 2 outs, nobody on. I'm a Texas Rangers fan, so 2011,
yep.
That was pretty rough.
11 and 11.
Yeah. Ryan Rodriguez on an 0-2 count got Aguilar, and he will shut down the Reddies in order in the 4th.
Rodriguez is dealing right now.
Sure is. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning, still tied at 1. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home and is dedicated to student achievement and developing a caring atmosphere both on campus and online. With more than 80 degrees in 4 distinct colleges and the School of Graduate Studies, SAU initiates new degree programs to fit the needs of career and professional trends of today. Visit us today and see why Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils are a fascinating species. They're known to travel in packs, are highly intelligent, and can thrive in any environment. Each and every boll weevil is unique, and they have unique opportunities. But they all share one common trait. Every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil. Learn more at uamont.edu.
First GAC Tournament Championship appearance for Arkansas Tech. The Reddies have been here on 4 occasions out of the 9 times the league has had a tournament championship. And one of them is going to claim their first tournament title here today, but a lot still to be determined as we hit the bottom of the 4th inning. And not very many big numbers up on that scoreboard, Brian.
No. Right now, just like we talked about, I think it's a pitching duel right now. You got Rodriguez after he calmed down, after Tech gave up 1 run. They're both throwing up zeros, trusting the defense behind them. But most importantly, they're attacking the zone now. You know, the first couple of innings, you had a hit by pitch, you had a couple walks. To be successful, you really need to get in the account first.
Yeah. 1 run on no hits, 1 error for Henderson. It's 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors for Arkansas Tech as the Wonder Boys bat in the bottom of the 4th. Arrieta goes up there hacking. Foul ball for strike 1. After Jonathan Arrieta, it'll be Camden Bennett and Drew Bailey. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order. Arrieta struck out looking to end the 1st inning. So Tack, who gave up that run in the 1st, then gave up a 2-out single in the 2nd, got out of that, no problems. Gave up a 2-out walk in the 3rd, nothing doing in that inning either. And so 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. 48 pitches, 30 of those strikes. Ahead in the count to Arrieta. Oh, miss outside, 1-2. Arrieta will swing away and foul tip into the glove, strike 3. Arrieta goes down swinging. 3rd strikeout for Tack. And 2nd time he's gotten Arrieta today.
Batting the second baseman, number 6, Camden Bennett.
Great pitch right there, going away for Tack, getting Arrieta to chase that off the plate.
Talking about it earlier, how the NCAA is doing the regionals this year. 6 teams will advance to the NCAA regional. Out of the Central, the teams under consideration, you've got Augustana sitting at 31-9, their in-region record. Central Missouri is 32-6. Minnesota State 31-7. You got 3 teams right there with 30-plus wins already. So kind of consider 3 spots taken.
Yeah,
right there with those 3.
Right.
Doesn't leave much else. You've got Missouri Southern at 26-11. Oklahoma Baptist was 25-14. Of course, they had the loss yesterday. Pittsburgh State 26-13. Southern Arkansas, same record. And St. Cloud State at 20-10. 2-1 right through the middle, cut off by the second baseman. Long throw on the run. No way to get him there. And so Bennett is on with an infield hit.
Dan coming across right there, trying to make a good play. Bennett just too fast down the line to be able to make the throw and get him out.
Batting the shortstop, number 7.
So the other thing there too, Brian, that's 3 conferences as well. You got the Northern Sun, you've got Central Missouri's in the MIAA, and then you've got the GAC. So that's also 3 spots, you know, and you kind of, if you're GAC wanting 2 teams in, you got to hope that somebody who's supposed to win their conference tournament just wins.
Right.
Gives you a chance. Otherwise, GAC
now, if it
probably
throws
has
in a
1
wrinkle with Henderson winning, and you take 2 from the conference, then who do you take? You take Henderson and Tech, or do you take what you got to take Tech? Wouldn't you think?
If they win.
Well, I'm saying
so Tech's not even in the top 10 under consideration. That's the thing. The only way they're in is if they win this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought since they won the first the outright conference with tied with SAU.
Yeah.
You would think that they would give them a seed already outright. But
I think that's where the conversation always comes up. Hey, it's your full body of work. It's who you played, you know, and so
through the season
you had a little tougher competition. You know, there's all sorts of factors there, and that's kind of been certainly the MO of SAU for a lot of years is to play some really tough non-conference games. A lot of other schools have started to do that too. They didn't have as many opportunities this year to do that.
Right. And especially with COVID. I mean, you might have some schools, which I didn't really hear of any schools that, you know, when we were in the GAC and we would go out of state and play like Delta State or, you know, those midweek games. It just you got to have your strength of schedule, and I think with COVID coming back, I don't think you're able to, you know, get out of state more and go play. So you got to play pretty much your in-state conference already, but just for midweek games.
Right. Yep. And even take Oklahoma Baptist, for instance. We mentioned yesterday they had their 3-game tournament at UCO canceled.
Right.
You know, back in February. So there's 3 games against region teams that would have helped them.
Count 2-2, 1 out.
And that one swung on and missed. So that's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Spencer Tack. Sandwiched a single in between there, so runner on at first and 2 down, and it brings up the 9-hole hitter Elijah Boyer.
Batting the center fielder, number 1, Elijah Boyer.
Boyer's 1 for 1. He had that 2-out single back in the 2nd inning. Runner's going to go. Here comes the throw off of one hop. It is not quite in time. Safe at second base is Camden Bennett. We'll get a chance to see it again. Good throw from Aguilar. And looks like the foot was in there in time.
Good call.
Come up off the bag. Nope. A stolen base for Bennett. We mentioned it once yesterday, Brian, about when do you begin to force the issue a little bit? When do you try to manufacture something? This is kind of the setting where you do that, right? In a 1-1 game, you're getting in the middle innings, and you got to do something.
Yeah, with 2 outs right here, you really got to put your trust in your 9-hole to extend the inning. Yeah, you could do a little small ball, but you might want to do that with maybe 1 out. Yeah, I mean, small ball right now, especially in the championship game. You got a 1-1 game, both pitchers are dueling. You know, you got a runner on second, 2 outs. Just got to see what you got to do right here. You got to maybe trust your 9-hole, see if you can get it back to the 1-2-3 right here.
Cyrus telling us that for Tack, this is pretty much on track with his regular season at home. His 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. He had 32 strikeouts and 8 walks at home coming in. Right on that average. 0-1. That's a strike to Elijah Boyer, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Stolen base might not matter much if Tack takes care of Boyer. Ground ball infield, 2 hops to Myers, to Stevens, in time for the out. 6-3 putout. There was 1 hit in the inning with 1 left on, and after 4 complete innings, it's 1-1, Arkansas Tech and Henderson in the GAC championship.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore in Southeastern, and we help make this video.
Nick Butler will bat first for the Reddies, followed by Danny Mitchell and Grayson Stevens. Great shot of Clyde Berry Field. I told you it's a Chamber of Commerce. Hey, look at those clouds, Brian. That's perfect.
That is perfect. Beautiful.
The pine trees.
It's like a painting. Just a painting. Did Bob Ross paint that?
I think he did, yeah. You know, during COVID, I did like a lot of people, grew out the beard and the hair. I got a lot of Bob Ross references. They said I looked like him.
When we did the draft.
Yes,
I
yes.
threw it out there. I said, all right, Bob Ross.
No, I can't paint, though. That looked perfect. 1-1 our score, and so here is Nick Butler. Step into the left-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 1 today. And Ryan Rodriguez back on the mound. This Arkansas Tech team set a regular season Tech record for most strikeouts in a season. Rodriguez in 4 innings has walked 2, struck out 4, 64 pitches, and 42 of those for strikes. Well, the run that he gave up was unearned. Entered the game with a 4.34 ERA. He's dropped that down to 4.06. 0-2 to Butler. Reaches out after that one and will foul it out of play into the Tech bullpen. A catch made by the Tech bullpen member. That first inning was something for Rodriguez. That one's going to go right up through the middle, past second base. A base hit, the first one of the day for the Reddies, comes in the 5th inning.
Talk about Nick Butler right there. 9-hole, hey, doing his job, extending the inning, getting it back to the top, doing what a leadoff batter should do, coming into the inning. Great swing.
So for Rodriguez, 40 pitches over the next 3 innings after that first inning where he pitched 24. So settled down, got into a rhythm, 2, 3, and 4. But the 5th inning starts with a leadoff single, and that's where Henderson had a recipe for success last night, getting that leadoff hitter on, putting some pressure on the defense. Here's Danny Mitchell swinging away, and let's head down to Cyrus Whitting for a little bit more on what it's been like for Danny Mitchell the last 2 years. Starting slow, finishing strong.
212 the first 18 games of the season, then hit 375 in the next 27. This year, he hit 218 in the first 16 games and is hitting 340 since. So almost mirror-like for Mitchell Jr. He started slow, but once the weather has warmed up, he's got his bat going.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Cyrus. Butler, they're checking on him over at first, and he's 4 for 4 stealing bases. So just as Tech stole a base in the 4th, Henderson might try to force the issue a bit, manufacture a run here. So they're keeping an eye on Butler as Mitchell will take low. 3rd time at the plate for Danny Mitchell. Reached on an error, scored a run in the 1st. Flew out to the left field. That ended the 2nd inning. And what was Rodriguez's first of 2 1-2-3 innings. He did that again in the 4th. Another check on Butler. Henderson made it to the championship in 2015 out in Enid, and big lead off of first, and strike 2 swinging there. That was a year we were dealing with weather as well. We ended up having to go to Wednesday, May 6th. Henderson lost in the championship game to Southern Arkansas, 6-3. SAU was the #1 seed then in 2015. It's the last time the #1 seed won the championship. UAM came into Arkadelphia in 2016 as the 2 seed, and they were the 3 seed in 17 when they won. One and 2 the count to Danny Mitchell. Second baseman has it. We'll go to the shortstop for 1. That's Bennett to Bailey to eliminate the lead runner and Nick Butler. That's a good play from Camden Bennett, the second baseman.
Yes, way to get rid of it quick. Knowing Butler was going off the pitch, off the hit, you know, to get there, flip it around, because he had to turn all the way back around to get back to second. So to do that quick, get the lead runner, great out right there.
1 out, 1 on. Runner at first now is Mitchell, and Grayson Stevens will come to bat. Stevens takes a strike. 5 for 21 in the regular season against Arkansas Tech. This is the multi-hit game man right here. Stevens started every game at first base for Henderson this year. Oh, very close over at first. Mitchell just able to slide back in safely. So Stevens entering yesterday at 22 multi-hit games for the Reddies. 1 hit in at least 31 contests. He added to that yesterday. Runner's gonna go. Pitch is high. The throw down is way offline, and that's a stolen base for Danny Mitchell, his 12th of the season. Reddies have a runner in scoring position.
Matt Robbins' all-GAC defensive team just had a little trouble with it getting out of his glove. He double clutched there, and that's why the throw sailed wide.
That's what I was just fixing to say. Danny looked like he got a good jump, but I think if, you know, Robbins doesn't double clutch, I think Mitchell might be out at second.
The 1-1 lifted to right field. Going back is Detweiler. He is one step in front of the track, makes the catch. Mitchell will tag and go to third. They're going to check second to see if he tagged up in time. And third base umpire says all is good there. So the fly to right is the second out. It puts Mitchell at third base in a 1-1 game, top of the fifth inning. Joe Myers at the plate. Myers, a 2021 honorable mention all-GAC selection. Swings away, strike one. He's 0 for 2 today. Myers grounded out back to the pitcher in the first and sent one to center field that was caught in the third. One delivery to Myers. Check swing went around there, and that's strike two. Could not hold back. .49 runs driven in for Myers this year. That's the second most ever by a Reddy in a single season. And he will take up a bit high for a ball. And Tech thought they had strike three. They were ready to head back to the dugout. Myers entered yesterday just 7 of his last 32. The rest of his lineup picked him up quite a bit yesterday. Now the 1-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Myers hit .412 in the regular season against Arkansas Tech, best batting average for the Reddies. He went 7 of 17. Chance to get Mitchell home here. Unbreak this 1-1 tie. Swung on and missed, so he strikes out, and that will strand the runner at third. There was one hit with one left on. We're going to the bottom of the fifth. 1-1 the score. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Did you know
that 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted in college?
that 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted as well?
That only 13% of rape survivors report assault. That 8 in 10 victims know their attacker.
In the Great American Conference,
there are over 50,000 students with over 4,100 student athletes.
In the Great American Conference,
it's on us to stop sexual assault.
Anyone can be a victim.
Everyone can be a part of the solution.
It's on me.
To give a voice to the voiceless. It's on us.
To give hope to the hopeless.
It's on me. To take a stand.
It's on us.
To make a difference on our campuses.
it's on you.
To take the pledge.
It's on us. 12 schools.
2 states.
1 conference.
It's on us.
Henderson Spencer Tack back to the mound. Reddy's coming into the GAC tournament having lost 3 of their last 4 games at the end of the regular season. They had 1 win over Oklahoma Baptist on May 7th, a 4-3 win in Shawnee. They had lost to Ouachita in the final game of that series on May 1st, and they lost the last 2 to Oklahoma Baptist, but winning the games when it matters. 9-6 over 2nd seed Southern Arkansas, then 16-1 yesterday over 3 seed Oklahoma Baptist, and now taking on the top seed. Here is Arkansas Tech batting in the bottom of the 5th in a 1-1 contest. Top of the lineup, Garrett Cruz, Matt Robbins, and Evan Halfley. Third time through the lineup. And that one was close. Cruz struck out in the first. Ended the inning on a fielder's choice back in the second, so he's looking for his first hit.
Well, and that's the thing, too. You got 335, 335, 363. Those are three guys that, you know, they get the bats going, they can start doing damage.
Tech had the highest team batting average at 334 this season, ahead of Southwestern's 319. That pop up to Colasanto for the first out. One up and one down in the bottom of the fifth. Tech also had the most doubles in the league this year at 95. And here we are in the fifth inning. They have 4 hits, all singles. They had 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the fourth. Most hits in the league at 468 hits this year as a team. Pretty good recipe to finish as co-champions. You had your regular season strikeout record from your staff, and you had the most hits in the league.
All around good ball club. That's what it goes to show on paper.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that today. They're here playing for the championship of the GAC tourney. Both good ball clubs right here.
Matt Robbins at the plate, the catcher for Arkansas Tech. Cyrus had a good view of that play last half inning, and after this pitch, let's go back down to Cyrus for a little bit more on Matt Robbins. Cyrus?
Matt, kind of an interesting build, not your typical build for a catcher, listed at 5'9", 175, but he makes excellent use of his frame as a member of the GAC all-defensive team, and he runs really well for a catcher as well. 3 triples and 8 stolen bases for Robbins. Robbins went 8 for 12 against the Reddies in the series over April 10th and 11th, so he can rake.
Yeah, absolutely. We were commenting about that yesterday. Especially the triples numbers stood out to me. He has scored the 1 run for Arkansas Tech back in the first inning after he was hit by a pitch, and then grounded out 3 unassisted in the third. Out of play and up into the parking lot. Carr's got to watch out for that one. I saw a fan at the top. I think he gave the everybody's okay sign. Or I don't know. That could have been the car got hit. I don't know.
He could have been throwing his hands. Not my car.
Down the left field line. This is trouble. It is foul. Long way for Mitchell to go and ran out of room. We've not exactly had too many close championship games. We were talking about that before we went on the air. And so it's nice to have a pitching duel going in a championship game. But the thing is, they're still dragging it out. They're taking their time, aren't they? The pitchers are working pretty slow up there.
They are for sure. You got to be thinking, both fans from both sides are, thinking, oh, this is a nail biter. Especially once we get down close to the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning,
Yeah.
Once you get down to those innings, then you only have, 12 outs, 9 outs, 6 outs, then 3 outs. So you want to try to get something going here for Tech. Both pitchers are really holding the bats together well. So.
Well, and Rodriguez for Tech after 5 innings has thrown 81 pitches now.
What's Tech at?
If this is updated, 68, 76 pitches.
Okay.
David Sally sits over there and just adds it up in his head as we go. That's what he does. He gets all that information.
He needs a pitch counter, but that's just with his head.
Payoff pitch. That's ball 4. So 1 out walk for Matt Robbins. Gives Arkansas Tech a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 5th with a base runner.
Looks like, sorry about that. Looks like Braden Beebe is warming up in the bullpen.
Okay, keep an eye on that. Tech's had a runner in every inning. Scored the run in the first. They had a single in the second. A walk in the third. There was a single in the fourth, and now a walk here in the fifth. First pitch swinging for Evan Halfley, out of play. Halfley had that single in the first inning.
Then I believe he lined out to left field, correct?
That's right.
Henderson needs a ground ball double play to get out of here, but Halfley's looking to try to extend the inning, maybe score this run right here.
He'll take a strike. Behind in the count, 0-2 now. Looks like the runner got a pretty good lead over at first. There's the ground ball. Myers at short, underhands to second for one. Over to Stevens, double play. Myers, Colasanto, and Stevens, 6-4-3, inning-ending double play. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We have played 5, 1-1, our score.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what is character, culture, and Christ? Creating culture. Certainly when we graduate students, they go out and they create culture in classrooms. They create culture in churches. They create culture anywhere they go.
As a student athlete, I've been challenged both in the classroom and on the field. Between the education that I've received and the relationships that I've built, my time at Henderson State University has prepared me to live ready.
Ryan Rodriguez back to the mound for Arkansas Tech. 6th inning, 1-1. 1 run on 1 hit. No, it was not a home run for Henderson. There was an error that played a factor in that. They did not get their first hit until the 5th inning. And their line, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. And for Arkansas Tech, they have 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors. And the lineup here for Henderson is going to be Caden Argenbright, Alec Lewis, and Daniel Colasanto. Inning-ending double play a minute ago to give a little momentum back to the Reddies as we reach the top of the 6th inning. Brian, I did want to spend a little bit of time here too as we talk about the Tech pitching, and Cyrus is going to keep an eye on the bullpen down there for us. You got to talk a little bit about Mason Griffin and what he did yesterday. And I know that was yesterday's game, but worth mentioning again, he got his second win of the season, but he went 6 1/3, 2 1/3 longer than his career outing, and boy, he was really instrumental in that win yesterday.
You know, after Hayes Cox giving up 3 runs in the first, coming back out, he got 2 outs, but walking 2 people. Coach Dawson decided to go to the bullpen, bring in Mason Griffin. You know, great job, great outing from that young man, because, you know, when you come out of the bullpen, you might feel a little bit more pressure because the score is 3-1. That young man held himself calm, cool, collected, and, you know, brought the energy for Tech. He was the one that was able to get them back to the dugout so that they could put runs up and be able to beat UAM 4-3. So great outing by that young man, and loved watching him pitch.
Argenbright bounces out there to Bennett, the second baseman, so 1 up and 1 down. Now, Ryan Rodriguez pitched in 1 game against Henderson during the regular season, picked up the win, a 6-inning performance, gave up 3 hits and 1 earned run, walked 3 and struck out 6. And he is pitching that well again here today. 5 1/3, 1 hit, 1 run. It was unearned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Pitch count getting up there a little bit, especially for this point in the game. So Alec Lewis, 2-0 the count. He's 0 for 1, reached base in the first after being hit by a pitch. Takes a strike. If Rodriguez has any sort of trouble in this inning, he may go over the 100-pitch mark.
Well, we've got 2 people warming up in Tech's bullpen right now, a lefty and a righty, looks like.
Okay.
One of those guys is number 24, Shelby Quiggins. I'm trying to get a read on a number. I remember you guys mentioned there was a number change. Number 30 is the other warming up, but there may have been a change of that number.
Right, thanks, Cyrus. That's right. That's John Walsh, who was wearing 38, but he's wearing number 30 today, the freshman left-hander. And then Quiggins was the guy that has basically been down in the bullpen the whole game, kind of catching the foul balls over that way, so he stayed loose that way.
That pitch just missed outside, allowing him to walk. Now it brings up Dan Colasanto, the second baseman for Henderson State.
So once again, another inning here with the Reddies getting a base runner on. See what they do with it this time with 1 out. So this is where you got to have, as much as they did for you yesterday, you need the bottom of the lineup to produce something.
Yes.
Because they are combined 1 for 8. Foul ball there.
That's what gave Henderson the life to be able to get back up to the top, of the lineup. 7, 8, 9 were big key parts last night's game.
Butler had to hit last inning, but Colasanto, Haskins, Aguilar combined 0 for 6. 0-1 on the left side. There it is, a base hit for Colasanto, as he is able to poke that one through on the left side, advancing Lewis to second. And so it is first and second with 1 out for Henderson.
What a great swing right there by Dan. The first swing, he really hooked on it, just missed it down the line. Decided right there, wanted to see the pitch a little later and then drive it through the left side gap right there.
Rodriguez up to 90 pitches as he will face Bryson Haskins.
I think that breaking ball just got away from him.
Pitching coach out of the dugout for Arkansas Tech. Perhaps a little bit of a stall tactic here. Get the guys in the bullpen a little bit of extra time, and also just to maybe settle down Rodriguez, because, just like last inning, we had the double play that got them out of the inning. A double play here would do the same, and then all of a sudden everything's fine again if you're Tech.
Yep.
But a hit, and you've got a lot of trouble.
Now, I do maybe think that Rodriguez, this might be his last inning, though. With his pitch count, I definitely might think that this could be his last inning if he gets out of it.
Yeah, there's the bullpen a moment ago for the Wonder Boys. As we mentioned in that game yesterday, the victory over UAM, Hayes Cox loaded the bases, or actually just kind of got in a lot of trouble there in the second. They took him out pretty quick. Turned out to be a good decision. And in this one, the starter Rodriguez has gone much longer. Now, there's some arms available for sure for Arkansas Tech. Bryson Haskins 0 for 2. Facing a 1-1 count. And Haskins gives this one a ride to left. It is gone.
What a swing by Bryson Haskins. Just saw the curveball right before that, and then Rodriguez left that breaking ball hanging, and Bryson Haskins just put it on the tennis courts. 3-run bomb for the Henderson State Reddies. They are fired up.
Bryson Haskins, his 6th home run of the season, uncorked one to left. And as Cruz went back, he couldn't do anything but watch it sail over his head for a 3-run bomb. And there we go again, that 3-run inning. That has been Henderson's number in this tournament. Picking up 3 runs in an inning, and they lead 4-1. crowd coming to life a bit as well, as Josh Aguilar will now bat bases empty. Game changer right there in the 6th.
Oh yeah, momentum change right there.
Now Aguilar taps it on the first base side, or right side. That's Bennett, second baseman, has it.
Good job for Rodriguez to get back in there and get that out right there after giving up the 3-run home run.
Before that swing, Henderson State was 0 for 7 when the runners in scoring position, so now a big 1 for 8.
Well, and Cyrus, I know you've seen a lot of Henderson games this year. All the singles we saw yesterday, you know, you could tell the crowd, not just because of where we're at in the game, but just the Henderson team, to see one go over the fence was a big deal for them. Just all those, just not a whole lot of big hits yesterday.
No,
even though they,
you're right.
Yeah.
It was death by 1,000 cuts from the Reddies yesterday, but they have used the long ball in 2021. The Reddies coming into the weekend, or coming into the semifinal games, had hit 48 home runs this season, which was the second best mark in school history. The Reddies hit 53 home runs in 2005, but that was in 53 games, so they've even hit home runs at a better rate this season, just haven't played as many games.
Yeah, wow. Well, we've got a new pitcher. We'll go ahead and just keep it here at this point, as he is already on the mound, and he'll have his warm-up tosses.
Well, just like we were talking about right before Haskins hit that, 7, 8, 9. They had to do something today for the Reddies, you know, to be able to get it back to the top of the lineup. Great swing by Bryson Haskins. You know, he's going to remember that for a while.
And this is Walsh taking over for Arkansas Tech. We'll get you his.
Yeah, that's perfect. So, okay. So should I just, am I good to speak now?
All right, so Walsh taking over on the mound again. We'll get you his numbers as soon as I can find those for you. Numbers for Walsh this year: 3.21 ERA, 1 win and no losses in 8 appearances. He did start 1 game, 14 innings pitched, has given up 11 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 9 walks, 19 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .220 against him. So the home run from Bryson Haskins, and then a ground out by Aguilar, and it's going to be Nick Butler who'll face Walsh first. So with the bases empty, we can give you the numbers on Rodriguez. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He had 1 wild pitch. Through 95 pitches, 65 of them for strikes. And Walsh, the left-hander, ready to go. Butler will take that one. Well, we talked about the bottom of the lineup needing to do something for the Reddies if they were going to turn the tide, and you know, they did it right there in the 6th, right as we were talking about it. A walk by Lewis, then a single Colasanto, and the 3-run home run from Haskins. And Butler's the one that really kind of got that bottom of the lineup started yesterday and today. He had a single back in the 5th inning. 2-0 is off the plate, 3-0.
I think the Henderson State dugout has, the momentum has shifted just a tad.
Still that oddity again for the Reddies, more runs than hits on the board. They don't really care too much about that, as long as the run total is more, but
you're absolutely right.
Interesting to see. Butler, after taking that one, has got the count in his favor at 3-1. Watch out. Whew. Ducked out of the way of that one. Did it go off his bat, or was that the glove?
The bat.
Okay, yeah, so yeah. Whew. What a way to get a strike. Look at this. Easily would have been ball 4, but.
Right off the bat.
Yep.
He tried to get out of the way. He's just like, got to move the bat. Got to drop the bat.
Payoff pitch, ground ball on the right side. That will get through for a base hit. No chance for Bennett to come up with that. And so the inning does continue here as Butler has his second hit of the contest.
Batting the left fielder, number 33, Danny Mitchell Jr.
Here's Danny Mitchell. Reached on an error in the first and flew out to left field in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice and stole a base in the fifth. Takes a strike. So the Reddies had 4 different innings yesterday where they scored at least 3 runs. They've got a 3-run 6th inning here. A little bit of a lazy toss over to first to check on Butler. The Reddies, the only Great American Conference team who have ever, as the runner's going to go, throw there in time. We'll talk more about that in a moment. As Nick Butler is caught stealing. Again, Matt Robbins talked about his arm. This time he is able to get the runner out. A 3-run home run from Bryson Haskins changes the game here. Bottom of the 6th is coming up. Henderson has a 4-1 lead.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
Spencer Tack in the bottom of the first inning went to the mound with a lead, gave up a run. After that, all zeros between the two sides, and now here in the 6th, he's going to work with a lead again after a 3-run home run from Bryson Haskins. 4-1 is our score going to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Spencer Tack will face Josh Detweiler, Trace Maddox, and Jonathan Arrieta. So part of the lineup here for the Wonder Boys, who are going to be looking to try to get something back to keep this thing close.
Well, no stranger from coming back from behind. Did it yesterday, down 3-1.
Stevens in foul territory on one pitch. We got one out. Detweiler goes down.
Big pitch right there for Tack. You know, he's getting later in the game. You know, the quicker that you can get in the strike and get outs, and even if you do 1 pitch, 2 pitch, that saves your innings to be able to come back maybe in the next inning.
Remember, the 1 run he gave up was unearned, so 2 walks and 4 strikeouts, 5 1/3 now, and 81 pitches. Now Trace Maddox at the plate. We talked about him earlier, about his numbers this year. And they were really, really good. He'll line this one to center field. Coming in is Haskins. He'll make the catch. So 3 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th, and already 2 outs recorded by Spencer Tack. Brian, as a former pitcher, like you just said, you can't ask for much better.
Nope, you can't at all. Because one, then that's going to help Coach Hooten and the pitching staff. You know, then he'll be able to go to his select few. You know, when it gets time, he's going to want 7, 8, 9. He could just go bring out 1 guy for the 7, bring out 1 guy for the 8, and bring out 1 guy for the 9th. But with how Tack's pitching right now, I'd let Tack roll.
Yeah. Wonder what the mindset was there for Arkansas Tech. I guess they felt like they were getting something good to hit, going after those early pitches, or just
trying to do too much, maybe.
Maybe, you know, 3rd time through, maybe they feel like they had better chances. Well, Arrieta has struggled today. Struck out looking in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 4th. 2-0 is down low 2-1. He hit .500 against the Reddies this year, 10 of 20, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Interestingly enough, though, in his 10 times that he did record an out, he struck out 7 times. So in 17 of his 20 at-bats, he either had a hit or he struck out.
That's pretty good.
Three and 1 count. And swung on a miss. That'll run the count full at 3-2. Cyrus was telling us a couple of innings ago the velocity of Spencer Tack in the first inning at 86, and you kind of wondered, okay, he pitched 4 innings Friday night, how much would he have left in the tank? And he was able to ratchet it up to 93 that last inning, and so he, up to last inning, still had something going, and still bringing quite a bit here in the 6th, but does issue a 2-out walk there.
A lot of Henderson fans right there not happy with that call, especially the dugout right there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get a good feel of what the crowd's thinking because so many of them sit up a ways from the seats. Opposite way to right. Butler is right there, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Pretty quick 6th for the Wonder Boys. A 2-out walk, nothing happening, however. And so no answer to the 3-run home run in the 6th. After 6, it's 4-1. The Reddies with the lead.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, till they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be 2?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
Walsh back out on the mound. John Walsh for Arkansas Tech. He came in last inning to take over for the starter Ryan Rodriguez. Top of the lineup for Henderson. Remember, Danny Mitchell was left standing at the plate when Butler was caught stealing to end the top of the 6th. So Mitchell, Stevens, Myers, 1, 2, 3 for the Reddies. 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for Henderson after 6 innings. And Arkansas Tech has 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. First pitch, ground ball, diving stop. Arrieta needs somebody to throw to, nobody there. On at first is Danny Mitchell. That all happened really quickly, so give Walsh a little bit of credit for not being able to get over there.
Yeah, being a lefty, pulled him off this way. Then he probably thought it was getting through, just late getting over there. First baseman really kind of tried to tell him, hey, you got to get over there. Make sure, you know, the game's not over. Make sure you got to get over there. But Danny Mitchell, that's going to be a hard out to get. Flying down that line out of the left batter's box.
He had a stolen base back in the 5th inning. Grayson Stevens takes for a ball. So Stevens has not had a hit in this game, a rarity this year for the Reddies first baseman. Walked in the 1st, ground out in the 3rd, and a fly out in the 5th. Hits have been few and far between in this one, though. Just 9 combined hits.
Guys, that last single for Danny Mitchell Jr., he's now hit safely in 15 of his last 16 games. He's 6 for 16 for the Reddies in the GAC tournament.
Wow, yeah, that's impressive for Mitchell. 2-0 count. And for, oh, nope, not low. Down a little bit, 3-0 the count. Third time this game Henderson has had their leadoff runner on. They did that 7 of 9 innings yesterday. 3-0, taken all the way there. That's a strike, 3-1. Now at 3-1, Stevens takes outside, ball 4. So even though Henderson has had base runners just about every inning, this is a situation where nobody out, first and second. You don't feel like Henderson's had too many real threats in this game, except of course the big hit. We have a new pitcher for Tech, so we'll take a break and talk more about that in just a moment. Walsh is done. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for the Wonder Boys after this break.
When you think about college, it's easy to think of intimidating things.
Like the large campus and classrooms, big books, and big tests. But when you get here, you realize that it's not just about these things.
It's about the people.
The people who pushed us to succeed.
Those who struggled and achieved with us.
It's about finding our place.
And living and learning with people who care about you.
This is home.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. To take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Number 24, Shelby Quiggins takes over on the mound for Arkansas Tech. 2 on. He inherits a couple of runners, and Mitchell and Stevens with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. A 4-1 game. Henderson leading. So Quiggins a 4.6 ERA, a 1.4 WHIP, 2-0 record this year in 11 appearances. He's pitched 15 2/3 innings, giving up 14 hits, 8 runs, 8 of them earned. And 8 walks, 16 strikeouts. So a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio there. 58 batters faced. Opponents are hitting .241 against him. Against Shelby Quiggins becomes the 3rd pitcher used for Arkansas Tech. The 6'5" junior out of Maumelle, Arkansas, now on the mound for the Wonder Boys.
Big body frame for Quiggins. Hopefully he can get in here and attack the zone, get the Wonder Boys back to the dugout so they can get the bats going.
Swing and a miss there from Joe Myers. Quiggins has made 2 appearances against Henderson this year, pitched 3 1/3, gave up 2 hits, no earned runs. He did not walk a batter and struck out 4 during those innings worked against the Reddies. A single by Mitchell, a walk by Stevens. That's where the runners are at right now, and the count is 1-1 to Joe Myers.
Quiggins gave up 6 earned runs in his first start, but has given up just 2 earned runs in 14 1/3 innings against GAC opponents this year. So he's been great in GAC play.
Yep, and turning to him in a spot where they need to slow the Ready momentum for sure. And there is still activity in the Arkansas Tech bullpen as well. Pretty quiet bullpen right now for Henderson. 1-2 count to Joe Myers. He'll take up high, 2-2. Attack for Henderson has gone 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Tech starter Rodriguez went 5 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Walsh just a third of an inning, and he was out there as a freshman, you know, because he's a left-hander with a lot of lefties in the lineup for Henderson. Part of the reason he got a chance. Hit by the pitch there is Joe Myers, and you think Myers stopped a minute just to make sure he was going to be awarded first base? He kind of leaned in there.
We've seen a couple of those where it's nope. You leaned into it. You got to stay in the box.
Yeah. Didn't make any effort to get out of the way necessarily, but Myers still awarded the bag. And bases loaded again, Brian. Situation here, you've got 3 runners on, only on 1 hit. So taking advantage of the opponent's mistakes has been part of what has made the Reddies successful here in this tournament.
Yes, especially with Argenbright up to bat now, this could get dangerous.
Mitchell at third, Stevens at second, Myers at first, cleanup hitter at the plate. Reached on an error in the first, a walk in the third, grounded out in the 6th. A 1 count. Taken below the knees for a ball, 1-1. After Argenbright is Alec Lewis. Starting to get a little bit windy out there. I want to check in with Cyrus here in just a second, see what it's like down below us, because, you know, there is still a chance of rain later on today. And Cyrus, what's it like down there?
It's a little gusty, guys. My papers and all of my information's blown around a little bit, but you can just see the ripples in the jerseys of the pitcher on the hill as Argenbright sends it into play.
Yeah, that's going to be Cruz coming over to make the catch. Runner is Mitchell. Will tag from third. They'll let him come home, and the Reddies add an insurance run in the 7th to lead 5-1 on the sacrifice fly from Caden Argenbright. Scores Mitchell for the 2nd time in this game.
The designated hitter, number 19, Alec Lewis.
Well, left fielder, knowing he wasn't going to get Mitchell, decided to make sure the runners at first and second held up.
Yes, for sure.
So Stevens at second, Myers still at first. Still only 1 out. Time called. Alec Lewis hit by a pitch in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, and walked in the 6th inning. As we said earlier, Reddies looking for their first conference tournament championship since 1982. It's been since 1984 for Arkansas Tech. In some ways, I mean, you have to feel for Tech, a team that co-champions. They win the conference championship, essentially, tied with Southern Arkansas. The Great American Conference has consistently shown up on the regional and national scale in baseball.
Yes.
You know, some of the other sports, it kind of took a while to develop and to get that national attention, but baseball's pretty much been there year in and year out with teams like Monticello and of course Henderson being the only school in the GAC to go to the College World Series. Here's a Tech team who has had a good year. They conference champions. They're in the conference championship tournament game here, final game, and yet not even being considered by the NCAA. This thing to get in. Something about it, just a domino effect of last year, and then that, you know, you hit to feel for him a little bit.
Good pitch right there by Quiggins to get back into the count, 3-1. Still a hitter's count, though, right here. So, you know, Lewis is maybe looking to drop something to the outfield, see if he can score. Is that no?
Stevens and Myers.
Stevens.
Yep.
And Myers. Yeah, Argenbright just got out.
3-1 count. He will take a rip at it out of play. Count goes full, 3-2. Making Quiggins work here in the top of the 7th.
Long top of the 7th inning right here.
Yeah. Pitching change mixed in. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ooh, almost hit him inside ball 4. That's the second time Lewis has walked. He's been on base 3 times, and they are loaded again for Henderson, and still only 1 out. So they had him loaded when Argenbright got the sac fly.
Guys, this is the second time today Daniel Colasanto will bat with 1 out and the bases loaded. Obviously struck out the last time, and as that ended the threat earlier today. So looking to change things as Henderson State looks to extend the lead. And then one more note on the weather, as you asked earlier. No rain expected until at least 7 p.m. So already in the top of the 7th here at around 4 o'clock. It looks like we're going to get this game in.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
nice.
Cyrus.
No delays. No delays.
Well, a new pitcher coming in for Arkansas Tech. So we'll take a break here and tell you about Patrick Miner in just a moment, the new pitcher on the mound for the Wonder Boys. Back after this on the GAC Sports Network.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class sizes, so you're seen and heard. It means graduating debt-free, like over half of our students. It means getting help when you need it through financial aid and scholarships, like more than 80% of our students. To be a Ranger, you're rowdy with excitement. To be a Ranger, you care about your education. To be a Ranger, you saddle up to a challenge and ride to success. Rowdy lives here. Rangers live here. Northwestern. Success lives here.
Patrick Miner takes over for Arkansas Tech here in the top of the 7th inning. Henderson is leading 5-1. A 3.53 ERA for Miner. 9-2 record. Starter for the Wonder Boys. Pitching in relief here with everything on the line for Tech now. 14 appearances, all starts, 1 complete game. And 86 2/3 innings pitched, has given up 79 hits, 34 earned runs, 21 walks, 98 strikeouts. And he has opponents hitting .242 against him. Patrick Miner, the junior from Tyler, Texas, on the mound. And they'll go after him on the first pitch there, fouled back by Daniel Colasanto. As Cyrus said before the break, it was the first inning when Colasanto came to bat with the bases loaded and 1 out. He struck out and then grounded out 5-3 to lead off the 4th. Had a single in the 6th inning. Take high for a ball. 1-1. Miner went 1-0 against the Reddies in 2 appearances this year. 11 innings, gave up 11 hits, 3 earned runs. Walked 2 and struck out 16. One misses. 2-1. Tech thought they had a strike there.
Miner, interestingly, the only unanimous first-team All-GAC selection, but was not named Pitcher of the Year. He's made 14 starts, but this is his first time out of the pen, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you know, Cyrus, we came to Arkadelphia here, the 4 teams that showed up, without any of the superlative winners. The newcomer of the year, the freshman of the year, coach of the year, player of the year, none of them made it to the Final 4.
Players trying to prove the voters wrong this weekend.
I guess so. Well, the base is loaded, only 1 out. Count in the favor of the hitter, Colasanto here, and he's going to foul that one out of play.
kind of knew that was coming. Minor wasn't going to allow the walk. No keen to walks. How many does he have on the year?
On walks?
Yes.
I had it earlier. 21 with 98 strikeouts.
Yeah. So no keen to walks. You know he's going to be around the strike zone. He's going to try to attack right here. Might try to get Colasanto chasing something in.
Comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball on the infield. Could be a double play. They get one. Back to first in time to end the inning. Bennett to Bailey, back to Arrieta covering at first. A 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Minor gets the job done, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Henderson has a 4-run lead.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
It's your moment.
I've heard people say, "Oh, a cheetah."
Oh, Wichita.
Achita.
Oh, a cheetah.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Washita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Back to Spencer Tack for Henderson with another insurance run added in the top of the 7th. So he's got a 5-1 lead as we stretch here at Clyde Berry Field on the campus of Henderson State University. New second baseman taking over for the Reddies as well. Number 11, Logan Cowart, the freshman, will be there at second base now. Drew Bailey is up first for Arkansas Tech. He's the 8-hole hitter, followed by Elijah Boyer and Garrett Cruz. So 8-9-1 in the batting order. Michael Westbrook along with Bryant Harrelson, the former Reddies pitcher, and Cyrus Whitting along with us as well.
You know, you start getting down to these last 9 outs, and you got to be thinking, Tech's got to do something.
Well, here's a drive to left. Mitchell is back at the track, and he makes the catch. That was close from Drew Bailey, but instead just a long out. 1 up and 1 down in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah.
Pitch hitter here for Arkansas Tech.
Gabriel Garcia.
Yep, Garcia will stand in. Taking the place of Boyer, who went 1 for 2, had a single back in the 2nd inning. So Garcia hitting .400. He's had 25 at-bats this year, 10 hits. Takes on the inside corner for a strike. Scored 4 runs. 2 home runs and 4 driven in. 23rd game he's appeared in this year. He made 5 starts.
Tack just missing on that inside pitch right there. Maybe thought he could have got a strike call. Good take by Garcia.
Garcia did play a little bit against the Reddies this year. He had played in 2 games, had 2 at-bats, and did not register a hit.
Breaking ball missing there for ball 2. 2-1 count, 1 out. Here comes the pitch.
2-1 there, popped up to the outfield. Shortstop is going to be there, Joe Myers, to make the catch. 2 outs. Brian, what's the mindset of Spencer Tack and his coaches, and what are they thinking here at this point? 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and the game that he's pitched, how long does he stay out there?
I guarantee you this will probably be his last inning.
Okay.
You're going to go to Taylor Langston, the closer, is warming up right now. You're probably going to bring him in the 8th inning, let him finish it off. But with Tack's mentality right now is don't give up any free bases, attack the strike zone, and see if they can hit you.
Well, that one swung on and missed by Garrett Cruz. Cruz has not been able to get much off of Spencer Tack. Struck out in the first. Into the inning on a fielder's choice in the second. And popped up to the second baseman in the 5th. A 1 count to Cruz. Looked pretty good, a little bit low. 1-1. Now the 1-1.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, Aguilar tried to frame it up.
Yeah, he did. Got to be quicker than that, Aggie.
So Tack entered with a 4.6 ERA. Right now he's lowered that down to 4.15. The 1 run he gave up in the first was unearned. Hard hit ball, shortstop Myers, backhand, long throw, but plenty of time. It's offline. And on at first is going to be Garrett Cruz on the E6.
Maybe just tried to do too much right there, Myers. Fielded it in the hole, deep in the hole. Right there, you really just got to turn around and get it out quick. Maybe held on to it just a little bit long. Nothing wrong. You got a runner on first now. Maybe Tech can extend the inning with 2 outs. See if they can get some runs across right here. It wouldn't be bad starting off with Robbins here.
That was Tack's 100th pitch, guys. 3rd time this year he has gone 100 plus.
Wow, 100 pitches for Tack and 63 strikes. Matt Robbins will take a strike. So Robbins, hit by a pitch, scored the lone run for Arkansas Tech back in the 1st inning. Grounded out 3 unassisted in the 3rd and then walked in the 5th. He was eliminated on a double play back in that 5th inning. Now the 0-1 off speed, 1-1. Lane was warming up.
That's just his routine.
He's pretty much ready, right?
Yeah, he's ready.
Now the 1-1, fouled out of play, 1-2. Tack a strike away from getting through 7 innings in the championship game against the #1 seed, co-champs of the regular season. Pretty impressive. Henderson crowd coming to life just a bit here. They want this one. Runner will go. Fouled out of play. Hit and run on there, maybe, perhaps. That looked like ball 2. I'll do the 1-2 again with the runner going outside for a ball. The throw off of one hop is there in time, and he is out. Josh Aguilar eliminates Garrett Cruz trying to steal, and that will end the 7th. 5-1, Henderson has the lead going to the 8th here on the GAC Sports Network. Patrick Miner back to work for Arkansas Tech. It's a 5-1 Henderson lead. Brian, we knew it was going to be a different year. It's ninth GAC tournament, kind of the third different format we've dealt with. We've had the double elimination 6-team tournament out in Enid. We've had the we've had the best 2 out of 3 to get here to Arkadelphia style of tournament. And then this year we had just the straight up 8-team single elimination. And so, you know, we've had the conversations over the years. If you've got this really deep pitching staff, well, that double elimination maybe fits your format better. But you get in the single elimination, you need one guy to get you into the semifinals. And you need one more guy, and that's, you know, that's
to get you to the finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's really what has helped Henderson State and also Arkansas Tech from both sides. Their pitching staff has been able to give them the opportunity to be able to go deep with their pitchers today. I mean, this is Tech's 4th pitcher on the day.
Yep, 4th pitcher. Joe Morin, by the way, now in center field, replacing Elijah Butler. Or Elijah Boyer, I should say. And so we've got Bryson Haskins, who had the big bomb in the 6th inning, the 3-run home run. Josh Aguilar just threw out a base runner last inning, and Nick Butler, 7, 8, 9 in the batting order for the Reddies. Haskins went around, that's strike 3. He will go down for the first out in the top of the 8th.
Maybe got a little fooled on that pitch, Haskins. Couldn't really hold back the bat. Let his momentum just carry past the plate. Knew he couldn't stop it. Just started walking back to the dugout.
Mine are all business here. Grant had the 4-6-3 double play that he induced back in the 7th to end the inning. Starts off Haskins striking him out. Comes after Aguilar, fouled out a play for strike 1. Mentioned it yesterday, still a testament to the league, the fact that in baseball, 33 conference games, they were able to get every conference game in. Dealt with a little bit of weather here in Arkadelphia, are able to get these games in. And, you know,
well, when you get to play on a turf field, you know, the weather really doesn't do anything to the turf.
Yeah.
Only thing you really got to worry about is just, you know, the safety of the players, but also for lightning. So thank goodness we weren't able to have any of that here.
Miner thought he had a pretty good pitch there.
Just a little outside.
Aguilar 0 for 3, struck out in the 2nd and in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. Now the 1-2 going the opposite way. That'll be foul and out of play. Quite a few fans on hand down that way, down by the golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
One and 2 count to Aguilar with Miner on the mound. Deals low, 2-2. Well, the crowd has gotten kind of quiet here. A little chopper to Miner. He'll have to take it himself. Can easily do that for the one unassisted out of Josh Aguilar. 2 up and 2 down. And I think it's one of those spots where the crowd erupted last couple of innings. You got the lead. You're kind of sitting there holding your breath a little bit, maybe. Kind of just kind of waiting to get back out. And you know, if you're the home team that's winning.
Could be, you know, momentum's kind of died off a little bit. Miner coming in, not allowing to run when he came in, getting the double play, really held Henderson bats at hand right now.
Here's Nick Butler at the plate, and after a strikeout in the second, back-to-back hits in the fifth and the sixth. We're going to head to Cyrus Whitting a little bit more on Nick Butler.
Yeah, guys, I've been singing Nick's praises for the last couple of days now, and he's proved me right. It's been interesting. Nick went through a 1-for-20 stretch in the middle of the year, but he flipped the script in his last 14 games. He's 14 for 41. And he's drawn 11 walks with an on-base percentage near 500. So Butler has taken charge of the 9th spot and has really energized the Henderson State order.
Yeah, absolutely. Swings at that one, now 2-1. And we talked about that gets you to the top of the lineup where guys like Danny Mitchell have been on base 3 times today, scored a couple of runs.
2 hits today, the only righty with a multi-hit game. He's one of 2 righties with a hit in every game in the GAC tournament so far. Him and Danny Mitchell Jr. only righties to hit safely in the quarterfinal, semifinal, and here in the final.
How about that, Brian? Yeah, because yesterday everybody was getting 2 hits.
Yep.
Not today, but certainly a consideration. I would have to think Butler on that all-tournament team. Danny Mitchell should be there. Here's one sent to left center field, and it's going to be a long run for Cruz. He's not going to get that. That one hops the wall. Easily at second base is Butler. There's his 3rd hit of the day. And, yeah, I would say that solidifies his spot on the all-tournament team. 3 hits for Nick Butler. What do you think about that, Cyrus?
Yeah, I don't get a lot of things right, guys, but I'm putting a check mark by Nick Butler's name.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to thank you for that.
Absolutely. I spoke to him after the game last night, and he was smiling, but still locked in, and the righty showed a lot of focus yesterday, waiting around because of the weather, and I've just been so impressed by Butler, who started this season on the bench this year, but has entered and taken over the right field spot when Alec Lewis took over the DH spot in the lineup.
Yeah, he's done well, that's for sure. I think you get a lot of things right, Cyrus. Yeah, I'll give you a little credit there.
I appreciate that, guys.
Danny Mitchell, again, we said he's been on base 3 times. He's scored a couple of runs in this one, including a single and a run scored back in the 7th. And that run in the 7th is pretty important as well. I know the 3-run home run's the difference now, but that put a little more pressure on Tech with that run in the 7th.
Yeah, especially when you're getting down to just 6 outs left in the game. Really need those bats to start doing something.
Talked about it, all those hits yesterday and just 2 doubles until you got to the final inning, and then there were a couple of big base hits, and now here we are late in the game again, and after several singles to start the game, then you get the home run, and now we've got a double here by Butler, and Reddy's bats just get stronger as the game goes on. At least that's been the case the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Well, even playing against SAU, I mean, that was a close game, and then you had the grand slam from Argenbrat.
That was in the 6th inning, I think.
Yep.
So a little bit later in the game. One, swung on and missed, 1-2. If Mitchell can reach, Grayson Stevens on deck. If not, you'll have him in the 9th. Tech is the home team as the #1 seed, so they've still got 6 more outs to work with. Long at bat here. 1-2 for Minor to Mitchell to left field, and this is going to be down the line, foul. Hops out of play on one bounce. That's more than just fans down by the golf course. That's the dignitaries of the GAC. I saw Audrey Keaty and Eric Moyer down there on the camera that time. Mitchell's going to make this at bat last, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he is. One-two count, 2 outs. Butler on second.
Mitchell, a senior. Here comes the 1-2, fouls it out of play. It'll be his last at bat here at Clydeberry Field. Strikeout to start the inning, then a ground out, then the double. So 2 outs and 1 on in scoring position. That is Butler at second. Miner looks back, delivers the 1-2, foul back again. Mitchell really staying alive here. How many pitches in this at bat? Seventh pitch coming up. Feels like more than that.
Yeah.
I think as he's hit so many out, we've had to get some new baseballs. Miner's taking his time. Mitchell's taking his time. Now the 1-2, that's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell went just 3 for 15 in the 5 games against Tech this year. Again, as we said, those were big wins for Tech. Double-digit wins on 3 occasions. Not been the case here today. 2-2 delivery, swung on and missed, strike 3. He got Mitchell to end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Miner. Runner left stranded at second base. 5-1, Henderson with the lead, and Wonder Boys will come to bat in the bottom of the inning here in just a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what is character, culture, and Christ? Last but certainly not least, in fact, I would put it first, and that is serving Christ. I like the fact that it's last because it does undergird everything that we do. Our responsibility, I believe, more than anything else, is to serve our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
While studying chemistry, I learned so much about science, and even more about myself. The professors at our school are amazing. They made a difference in my life and prepared me to make a difference in the world. Thanks to Henderson State University, I live ready.
Reddy's in the dugout as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, looking on at the new pitcher. This is Taylor Langston, who takes over for the starter, Spencer Tack. And well, this was the worst kept secret in baseball, as everybody knew Langston was about to take the mound here, and he'll have to go 2 innings to complete the deal for the Reddies, but he could easily do that. We'll get you the numbers on Langston here in just a second. But first, Brian, how about the day for Spencer Tack?
Oh, that is a fantastic day, especially for coming off 3 days rest. To be able to go over 100 pitches, give up 1 run in 7 innings, that is a great, fantastic start, and that's what Coach Hooten needed from Tack, from his starting Friday night guy. So, great outing by Tack. Hopefully they pull it off. Got to see what Tech's baseball bats got to do, though. They've got to get Miners throwing up zeros, getting them back to the dugout. They've got to be able to get the bats going.
So Langston, a 1.75 ERA, 3 wins and 3 losses in 15 appearances, 3 saves, 25 2/3 innings this year, giving up 23 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. How about this? 41 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Very nice.
Impressive. And he'll bring the heat there for the first strike. He's faced 97 batters this year. Opponents are hitting .237 against him. 2 wild pitches. He's hit 4 batters. Matt Robbins up first, and he has taken 2 for strikes. Robbins has scored the only run for Arkansas Tech. That was back in the first inning. Tech's 4-3 win over Monticello. They gave up those 3 runs in the first inning, then just kind of chipped away a little bit. They're on the other end of that today. They scored the run in the first, and then they've seen Henderson just kind of tack on a little bit here and there, including the big 3-run home run in the 6th to trail 5-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. After Robbins, Hafley, and Detweiler to hit. 1-2 hard hit ground ball. First baseman is there. He's going to throw to Langston covering for the out. Good play by Stevens.
Yep, good play by Stevens. Good play by Langston. Way to get over there, hustle, and beat the runner to the bag before he got there.
1 up and 1 down as we head down to Cyrus.
Bryant, does that qualify as some PFP with Langston hustling over?
Always, always. That's a PFP.
It's a
Pitcher
PFP.
fielding positions, baby. Pitcher fielding positions. Love it, T-Lang.
Evan Hafley at the plate now. See, Brian, I've worked in education now for a while, 8 years, and we have all these acronyms and, you know,
right.
PBL and whatnot. So when I heard that, I thought, I wonder what that means, but I got it now. Hafley singled way back in the first inning. This one will go out of play. So it's 0-2. He lined out in the 3rd and grounded into a double play to end the 5th inning. Langston not wasting much time.
No, Langston's going to attack that strike zone.
Ground ball left side, shortstop has it. Myers on a couple of hops, throwing on the run to first for the out. 6-3 put out that time, and it's 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Batting right fielder number 13, Josh Detweiler.
Langston also pitched on Friday, got the 3-inning save in the 9-6 win over Southern Arkansas. He gave up 3 hits. He did give up 2 earned runs. But in that 3 innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks. Strike 1 to Josh Detweiler. In fact, Henderson pitching had 15 strikeouts in that contest against the Mule Riders. They had 10 yesterday. Ground ball, third baseman. Got it over to first in time for the out as Argenbright is able to go 5-3 on that one, and Langston goes 1-2-3 to shut down the Wonder Boys in order in the bottom of the 8th. We have hit the 9th inning of the championship game. The Reddies have a 4-run lead. The 9th inning when we come back on the GAC Sports Network.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? No. Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody. 1, 2, 3. Hey, you better be open. You better be open.
Man, listen, There's only one attitude that you gotta bring.
Let's go.
That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come down here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street, you feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody.
We always grinding, always getting better. Every time I come through these lines, no matter where these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Let's go.
New pitcher on the mound for Arkansas Tech. This is MG2, Mason Griffin. 2 Mason Griffins on this team. This is the one that wears number 43, the freshman right-handed pitcher. We saw Mason Griffin, the sophomore right-handed pitcher, yesterday, and so this is Mason Griffin taking over for the 9th inning for Arkansas Tech in a 5-1 game. Well, Brian, 9th inning. Obviously, the big 3-run home run to the 6th difference maker. And what are you trying to do here with a new pitcher on the mound for Arkansas Tech if you're Henderson in the 9th inning? You want to make 3 quick outs and get Langston back out on the mound, or you want to try to add more runs?
Well, you'll never, I mean.
Nobody's ever going to want to make an out.
Yeah, nobody's going to ever want to make an out. But also, the momentum, the way it's going, Langston coming in with 1, 2, 3 right there. You know, you're not afraid to do that, but right now you would like to scratch across, you know, 2, 3 runs just to give you more insurance runs here for T-Lane going back out.
Well, first pitch swinging there. Griffin will field, and the underhand just barely in time over at first for the out. I think that was an odd way of me asking, does Langston want to get right back out there, or is he okay if he's got to sit a little bit? I think is what I was asking.
It wouldn't matter.
Okay.
It wouldn't matter. Taylor, he'll stay ready. Right now, he's just calm, cool, collected.
There's Myers. He'll swing at the first pitch. To left field. It is high. It is deep, and it is gone. Joe Myers able to get off that hitting slump he had been in a bit, and Joe Myers goes deep to add the insurance run in the ninth, a solo shot.
That a baby, Joe Myers. Hey, great swing. Baseball pays back. Way to keep swinging it, buddy. Way to keep swinging it.
His teammates may be more fired up about that than anything else today, huh?
Yeah, they wanted to see that coming out of Joe. Didn't have a good day yesterday at the plate. Hasn't really had a good day at the plate today. Just missed one earlier. Finally was able to get that one right there. Great swing, Joe Myers.
Well, there's the insurance run, and Caden Argenbright now at the plate. Let's go back down to Cyrus.
Guys, that will probably most likely be Joe Myers' last at bat at Clydeberry Field, and it's a fitting one. He just passed to Darius Hawkins. He is the all-time leader in at-bats registered in Henderson State program history, and he ends with a long ball. So kudos to Joe, who rewrote the Reddies record books in his time at Henderson State. He's top 5 in home runs right now and top 5 in a handful of other categories, but what a way to cap off your career at Clydeberry for Joe Myers.
Wow, thanks for that note, Cyrus. So the all-time at-bats leader in Reddy's history, Joe Myers, deep in the hole. Wild throw over to first, gets past first baseman, but the catcher backing up the play, and so infield hit for Caden Argenbright. Impressive for Joe Myers. And 6 runs now on 8 hits for Henderson. Argenbright on at first. Third time he has reached today, and Alec Lewis is at the plate. He's been on base 3 times, but he's yet to get a hit. Hit by a pitch in the first, walked in both the 6th and 7th innings. Surprised they didn't leave Minor out there. Hard hit ground ball, picked up nicely by the third baseman. Throw is offline to Bennett covering at second. It goes into right field, and Argenbright is going to go over to third base on the play. Well, a good stop by Trace Maddox at third, but his throw at second was offline a little bit.
Just a little bit. Selling into right field, right fielder coming in. Argenbright really didn't know if he was going to get up and run, didn't know where the ball was. He was just staying on the bag, and then once he realized that the ball was in right field, decided to get up and take off.
Argenbright now at third. That's Lewis over at first.
We have a pinch runner coming in.
Okay.
34, Jake Dunn.
Is that a fielder's choice or a hit? Fielder's choice for?
That's an error. It's a
hit for Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, okay. Hit for Lewis, because that would have been quite the play anyways if he had decided to throw to first. Don't think he would have got Lewis. So, yeah, the pitch runner now at first is Jake Dunn?
Yes, yep. Jake Dunn.
Of course, Colasanto went out of the game a couple innings ago. This is Cowart hitting. Logan Cowart getting his first at bat. First and third for Henderson, 1 out. And you got Cowart at the plate, a 1-0 count. He's going to shell bunt. The runner's coming home, and it's fouled back. Let's head back downstairs to Cyrus for a moment.
All season long, guys, we've seen Logan Cowart replace Daniel Colasanto in the later innings, as Cowart is known for his glove. But Cowart in the later innings in the GAC tournament this season. 2 for 2, a double against Southern Arkansas, a single last night. So he's been swinging a good bat, even though he's been mostly known for his defense.
All right. By the way, we've still got the bottom of the night to go, but stay tuned for the post-game coverage. We'll have the presentation of the awards and the all-tournament team and a couple of interviews for you as well. Showing the bunt again. Take for a ball. They'll throw to third. Safe at third is Argenbright. He was coming down the line at third, so Robbins, who has shown off his arm today, throwing out a couple of runners, or one. Well, we don't have that one-run ball game like I thought we would have.
Nope.
Showing the bunt down the first base side. That one goes foul. So for Cowart, 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 1 out, and everybody will work back to their base.
Not a bad idea there by Cowart, trying to move the runner over, get him to scoring position, even scoring a run right there with the sack.
And at this point, trading out for a run for sure.
Yep.
Well, the Reddies are 21-0 when leading after 6 innings. So they had a 4-1 lead after 6 innings, and they've only added to it since then. A run in the 7th and 1 here in the 9th, still threatening. Count has now gone full to Cowart with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Of course, the run in the inning was the home run for Myers. 2 home runs in the game for Henderson. Both of them over the left field fence. Runner going from first, payoff pitch, high chop first baseman. He's going to go home, and they've got him out. Argenbright is out at home for the 2nd out, and a good heads-up play there by Jonathan Arrieta to throw home to Robbins, as you'll see it again.
Yep. Very good play by the first baseman to try to keep that run from scoring, and he was successful. So 2 outs now. Brings up number 7, Bryson Haskins.
So Cowart reaches on the fielder's choice. Dunn, who was the pinch runner, will go to second base now. First and second with 2 outs. And Haskins 1 for 4, the 3-run home run in the 6th inning. Coach Dawson is out of the dugout, and he is going to take the ball from Griffin. So another new pitcher coming to the mound for Arkansas Tech here in the 9th. We will take another break and tell you about the new Wonder Boy on the mound in just a moment. This is the GAC Sports Network.
Did you know
that 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted in college?
that 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted as well?
That only 13% of rape survivors report assault. That 8 in 10 victims know their attacker.
In the Great American Conference,
There are over 50,000 students with over 4,100 student athletes. In the Great American Conference,
it's on us to stop sexual assault.
Anyone can be a victim.
everyone can be a part of the solution.
It's on me.
To give a voice to the voiceless.
It's on us.
To give hope to the hopeless.
It's on me. To take a stand.
It's on us. To make a difference on our campuses.
it's on you.
To take the pledge.
It's on us. 12 schools.
2 states.
1 conference.
It's on us.
Nick Kovar takes over on the mound for Arkansas Tech here in the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs. And the numbers on Kovar this year as Bryson Haskins will come to the plate. 1.4 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss, and 20 appearances, 25 2/3 innings pitched for Nick Kovar. First one's in there for a strike. Tall 6'6" frame with a little bit of sidearm delivery. And time called. So 2 runners on as 1 run's already come across. You got Dunn at second, Coward at first. Haskins takes for a strike, and it's 0-2. Two delivery now, foul back. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning for Arkansas Tech, they'll have Trace Maddox, Jonathan Arrieta, Camden Bennett. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Kovar tosses outside, 1-2.
Maybe thought he could get Haskins chasing the off speed, off the plate. Just a little bit too outside for Haskins to chase.
6th pitcher used today for Arkansas Tech. A 1-2, got Haskins that time, so that is strike 3 to end the inning. A run comes in on a solo home run from Joe Myers to add an insurance run. Bottom of the 9th is coming up. Reddy's 3 outs away from a tournament championship. They lead 6-1 here on the GAC Sports Network.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what is character, culture, and Christ? Creating culture. Certainly when we graduate students, they go out and they create culture in classrooms. They create culture in churches. They create culture anywhere they go.
As a student athlete, I've been challenged both in the classroom and on the field. Between the education that I've received and the relationships that I've built, my time at Henderson State University has prepared me to live ready.
Taylor Langston back to work for Henderson. Bottom of the 9th inning in the 2021 GAC Tournament Championship here from Clyde-Berry Field on the campus of Henderson State in Arkadelphia. Thanks for being with us. Michael Westbrook, Bryant Harrelson, and Cyrus Whitting. 6-1 is our score. The Reddies have the lead after a run in the first, 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 9th. 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Henderson. It was 1 run for Arkansas Tech in the bottom of the first inning and all zeros since then. 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors. Langston will go against Trace Maddox, Jonathan Arrieta, and Camden Bennett. And this is a power against power here. Langston against Maddox, who's hitting .424 this season. Takes a bit low for a ball, 1-0. Maddox 0 for 3 in the game. Fly out to left field, to the first baseman, and to center field. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Detweiler, Maddox, and Arrieta combined 1 for 8. That middle part of the lineup. 2-0 from Langston. Hard hit ball foul on the first base side. (1982), Bryant Harrelson. That's before you and I were born.
Yep. 13 years before I was born.
Clyde-Berry, the first-year head coach then, was the last time Henderson had a tournament championship in the AIC days. Outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-2. First time Arkansas Tech has even made it to the championship game in the Great American Conference. The 9th tournament, of course, would have been the 10th, but there was no tournament last year due to COVID-19. And we're really lucky to get this one in this year. Maddox fouls it back. Count will stay even at 2-2. So Maddox, Arrieta, and Bennett. Arrieta has not had a hit. Bennett has had one. Two balls, two strikes, popped up on the infield. Catcher Aguilar will go up near the net and out of play. Cannot get that when it goes over.
I think that wind maybe pushed it out a little bit further than what it was supposed to be. Didn't think he might have turned on it that much, but that wind blowing in right here could have pushed it out.
Yeah. Can't say enough about the pitching staff of Henderson the last 2 days. 2-2, swung on and missed. Strike three. Maddox goes down swinging for the first out in the bottom of the ninth inning. After a 16-1 victory yesterday for Henderson over Oklahoma Baptist, they held the Bison to just 6 hits, and they have held their opponent today, the Wonder Boys, to just 4 hits. 10 combined hits against 2 of the better teams in the league on offense. Jonathan Arrieta, he'll take for a strike, 0-1. He did reach bases last time up. That was in the 6th inning. He walked. It was a 2-out walk. No damage done there as Bennett ended up flying out to end the inning. Previously, Arrieta struck out in the 4th, swinging, struck out in the 1st, looking. 0-1 is up high, 1-1. Langston this year did pitch once against Arkansas Tech. Took a loss in an inning and a third. Gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. Games were somewhat lopsided in the regular season, but not so much here today. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, bases empty. Arrieta on the left side, 1 hop picked up by the third baseman. Argenbright over to first for the out. And there are 2 down now in the bottom of the 9th.
Great play by Argenbright, way to come in. He didn't want to sit back on it too long with Arrieta getting down the line quick. Way to make that play. The Reddies are 1 out away from a conference title.
Wow.
The first conference title for the GAC. 1 out away.
And the 7th seed coming into the tournament, having to knock off 1, 2, and 3 to get to this point. Bennett at the plate, and he'll take a strike.
All Langston's thinking about right now is attack, attack, attack. No need for free bases, just attack.
Camden Bennett will swing away. 0-2. Arkansas Tech down to their final strike. That gets the Henderson State dugout cheering and the fans as well. 0-2, 2 outs. Bases empty, a 6-1 Henderson lead. Bennett 1 for 3 today, back in the right-handed box. Langston is ready to go. Langston deals, ground ball on the infield. Joe Myers at short, over to first. It's in time, and the Henderson State Reddies have just won the 2021 Great American Conference Tournament Championship with a 6-1 win over the Wonder Boys of Arkansas Tech. The Reddy spirit is alive here today at Clyde-Berry Field.
What a game for the Henderson State Reddies. Just what a season. To fight the adversity, coming in as the 7th seed, to face the 3 seed, actually, let me rephrase that, to face the 2 seed, to face the 3 seed, and then to come beat the 1 seed in championship day. Congratulations. You deserve it.
Well, and Brian, in some ways, they essentially played 2 number 1 seeds.
They did for sure.
About Southern Arkansas being tied for championship regular season title along with Arkansas Tech. knocking off 2-seed Southern Arkansas on Friday night 9-6, defeating Oklahoma Baptist, the 3-seed yesterday 16-1, and then defeating the co-champions and number 1 seed Arkansas Tech 6-1 here today in Arkadelphia. 26-17 now the record for Henderson State. Their season is going to get to continue. Tech will fall to 28-15 and most likely have their season come to an end. Make sure that you stay tuned for our post-game coverage. We will have the Commissioner Will Pruitt down on the field and the presentation of the first and second place trophies along with our all-tournament team. And Cyrus Whitting will be along hand to interview probably our tournament MVP, maybe a coach, maybe a couple of other players as well.
What a day. What a day for baseball.
We'll take a quick break and come back and give you all of the final numbers as the celebration continues down on the field for the Reddies. And so more to come here in just a moment. Stay with us. This is the GAC Sports Network.
Outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, till they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be two?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
When you think about college, it's easy to think of intimidating things.
Like the large campus and classrooms, big books, and big tests. But when you get here, you realize that it's not just about these things.
It's about the people.
The people who pushed us to succeed.
Those who struggled and achieved with us.
It's about finding our place.
And living and learning with people who care about you.
This is home.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it, because first is who we are.
Henderson State Reddies claimed the 2021 GAC Tournament Championship here in Arkadelphia. 6-1 the final over Arkansas Tech. For Henderson State, they scored 1 run in the first, 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. They added a run in the 9th. 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors, the final line for the Reddies. Arkansas Tech scored 1 run in the first and then all zeros after that. 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors for the Wonder Boys. The winning pitcher is Spencer Tack. He goes 7 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned back in that first inning. Walked 3, struck out 4. Faced 28 batters through 105 pitches, tied his career-long outing of 7 innings, and lowered his ERA down to 4.13. Taylor Langston came in for 2 innings, zeros except for 1 strikeout and 6 batters that he faced, throwing 23 pitches. And Arkansas Tech sent 6 pitchers to the mound. Ryan Rodriguez will get the loss, going 5 2/3. 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts, facing 26 batters, throwing 95 pitches. And we'll look through some of the individual numbers as well. David Sally on PA will be introducing the all-tournament team. And watch out, head coach is about to get the Gatorade dump. Was the coach of the there he is.
There's Hooten.
It took 3 Gatorade buckets.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Great American Conference would like to thank the Henderson State Athletic Department.
Again, we'll have the announcement of the all-tournament team and presentation of the runner-up trophy and the championship trophy. We'll get you those names as we hear them.
At this time, we will begin our award ceremony with the naming of the all-tournament squad. Presenting the awards.
We had Oklahoma Baptist and Monticello also here as well yesterday, so imagine you might have a player from those schools represented.
Your all-tournament team is from Oklahoma Baptist, Cade Self.
Self from Oklahoma Baptist.
Monticello, Andrew Perino.
Andrew Perino from UAM.
From Arkansas Tech, Trace Maddox.
Trace Maddox from Arkansas Tech. And they will have Maddox come over and get his medal there from the commissioner, Will Pruitt. Trace Maddox, what a year he has had. And
from Arkansas Tech,
Maddox
Nick
just a
Kovar.
junior. Also Nick Kovar, the pitcher, who performed quite nicely during the tournament. Pitched in this game as well. Kovar went just a third of an inning, struck out a batter. Tips his cap to Henderson.
Garrett Cruz.
From Arkansas Tech, Garrett Cruz. Cruz, the leadoff hitter for the Wonder Boys. Finished the year with a .327 batting average.
From Arkansas Tech, Mason Griffin.
And one more from Arkansas Tech, Mason Griffin. Of course, we talked about him quite a bit yesterday and today for the way he pitched. 6 1/3 yesterday to carry his team to a 4-3 victory over Arkansas Monticello.
From Henderson State, Grayson Stevens.
And now the introduction of the all-tournament team from the Reddies. Grayson Stevens, first baseman for Henderson. Stevens, a junior, entered today's game hitting .353.
From Henderson State, Caden Argenbright.
Argenbright also makes the all-tournament team, 1 for 3 today with 2 runs batted in. Caden Argenbright, the third baseman, freshman.
From Henderson State, Nick Butler.
Also for the Reddies, Nick Butler, 3 for 4 today. And it would take me a while to add up all of the contributions he made over the 3 games for the Reddies here in the tournament. What a 3-day performance.
From Henderson State, Danny Mitchell Jr.
And Danny Mitchell Jr. was 1 for 5 today, scored 2 runs. Had a big day yesterday. Of course, a lot of guys did on offense in the 16-1 victory. Mitchell, the senior left fielder.
From Henderson State, Bryson Haskins.
Also from Henderson, Bryson Haskins. He had the 3-run home run in this one in the 6th inning. It was a lone hit in the game, but it was a big one.
And the final member of the all-tournament team, who is also the tournament's most valuable player, from Henderson State, Spencer Tack.
And the most valuable player, Spencer Tack. His teammates knew it right away. Of course, he pitched 4 innings against SAU, and he pitched 7 innings against Henderson here in the for Henderson here in the championship. 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Faced 28 batters. 105 pitches today for Spencer Tack to get the become the tournament MVP.
Arkansas Tech University.
Runner-up trophy will go to the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. And now Commissioner Will Pruitt will present the tournament championship trophy to the Henderson State Reddies, and their season will continue. Takes a few of them to hoist that trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GAC and Henderson State University, thank you for attending the 2021 Great American
Well, Brian, we're pretty lucky to be a part of this one.
Yes, we are, for sure. This is a great tournament this weekend. I appreciate the opportunity getting to call it with you, Michael. I appreciate y'all having me. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Cyrus is going to talk to some of the Henderson State Reddies, so we're not done just yet, folks, so stay tuned for that as Colasanto gets to hoist the trophy about that. And they've got a few more pictures to pose for. Colasanto hands that over to Coach Hooten. That's a nice moment right there.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty cool. And of course, there's Tack out there who's just named the MVP. And so we'll talk to him. And Eric Moyer, our associate commissioner, is down there as well, trying to get those players to come over and visit with Cyrus Whitting in just a moment. Coach Hooten's getting them over there. 6-1, our final score. All right. I think Cyrus is just about ready here. Of course, Coach Hooten already got a dump, so the thing is, Cyrus doesn't have to worry about that. He doesn't have to worry about getting dumped by any water or Gatorade now that that's already been done. That has happened before. Coach Hooten with one more quick visit to his team to congratulate them. And what a year. We got a lot of championships in, and after last year, you just never know anymore what it might actually be like. I was fortunate to help with basketball and baseball, and of course, Joey McWilliams took the workload on a lot of other championships this year, and he and I didn't get to work together this year, which was a little disappointing, but we are happy that we've made it to this point and able to get back to, like we said, some sort of normalcy and to see teams celebrate. Obviously, one team is disappointed today, but it is fun to get to be here to witness a celebration and kind of get back to what we have most of our careers, whether you're down there or up here or a fan or a parent.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
All right, I've lost Cyrus in the sea of
he's right over on the other side. He's right there.
Okay. All right.
There's Tack. He's about to talk to Tack right now.
All right. All right, well, then we are ready. So, Cyrus Whitting, it is all you down on the field. Take it away. All right, let's try this one more time. We're going to go back down to Cyrus Whitting.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm joined now by winning pitcher and tournament MVP Spencer Tack. Spencer, you get the ball on Friday. You go 4 innings. You pitched today on limited rest. Did you go into today thinking you had 7 innings in you, or did you surprise yourself?
Oh, I came in today knowing I had as many innings as I could possibly throw, just like any other start. Today would normally be my bullpen day throughout the week, so no, I felt ready to go, especially with the adrenaline. Had no problem.
Arkansas Tech came into the GAC tournament in the regular season. Arkansas Tech was the best team in the league in terms of batting average. You held them to 4 hits before passing the ball over to Taylor Langston. How'd you shut down such a good lineup?
Well, just no fear. I had a little sickness that kept me from pitching against them in our series during the regular season. So I was more than excited to finally get the chance to pitch to them today. And that's my mentality every day. No matter who my opponent is, just believe that I'm good enough to beat them. And luckily, that's what happened today.
Spencer, I appreciate the time. Go celebrate the win.
I appreciate it.
That was Spencer Tack, tournament MVP.
All right, thanks, Cyrus. And he'll have a couple more interviews for us as well, so stay with us a little bit longer here. And I love that response, Brian, and I know you as a pitcher would have said the same thing. I had as many innings in me as I needed today.
Yeah, he was not coming out of that game. He was going to go out there and give it his all, because here's the thing. It benefited. It played off. It was a one and done today.
All right, Cyrus, take it away with the winning head coach. Take it away, Cyrus.
Yeah, sorry guys, having a little trouble with the mic down here, but joined now by Ready's head coach, Cody Hooten. Coach, you win the first conference tournament for the Reddies, first conference title since 1982. If you can, try to put this into words.
I mean, I can't express how special it is. I've been here, this is my 13th year total. I've been haunted by 1982 for a long time. And it's so special. This group is so special. Got shut down last year on a Friday, and I will never ever forget driving by the field on my way to work on Monday, and 15 kids being there working out, not having any idea if they're getting a year back, not having any idea if they have a career left, but just working out just in case, with 8-9 months to go before we would ever play a game. This group is incredibly special, and they deserve every second of it.
You give the ball to Spencer Tack today, 7 innings, shut down one of the best lineups, not just in the GAC, but in the country. Talk about his performance today. Tournament MVP, he deserved every accolade. He was sensational. Absolutely.
It was probably the best pitcher performance in Henderson State history. I mean, he's on 3 days rest. And like you say, they had 330 as a team hitting. You look at 1 through 7 in their lineup, and they put up video game numbers. And to do what he did for 7 innings today is absolutely incredible.
One last thing, Coach. Like you said, 2019 cut short. This group of guys comes back. It ends. Joe Myers kind of puts the cherry on top with his home run in his final at-bat at Clydeberry Field. Just before that, he became the all-time leader in at-bats in Henderson State history. And then Taylor Langston finishes it off. How fun was it to see those two guys really put the icing on top of the cake for the championship?
I mean, those two guys they are ready baseball. I mean, Joe Myers is in top 10 of every category there is worth having, and Taylor Langston's former All-American, probably should be an All-American right now. Absolute shutdown closer, and it couldn't be more fitting to happen than with him standing on the mound.
Coach, go enjoy the win. Congrats on the GAC championship title.
Thank you, sir.
That was Coach Hooten for Henderson State. The Reddies win their first GAC title and first conference title. In 1982, they beat Arkansas Tech 6-1. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Cyrus, down on the field. And thank you for all of your information throughout the last 2 days. Bryant, 6-1 final for Henderson. Your final thoughts before we wrap it up.
Final thoughts was you couldn't ask for a better 2 days of baseball. I mean, all 4 teams came out and play, but the last team to prevail is Henderson State, and they would want that to go down in Ready history to bring back the first GAC title, and it's going to reside here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Nobody can be more happier than me.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our tournament championship coverage here on the GAC Sports Network, as this is the final tournament championship game of the 2020-2021 season. Thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of this all season long, and so glad that we got to be here to finish it off with you. 6-1 is our final score. Thanks to Cyrus Whitting and Bryant Harrelson. I am Michael Westbrook for our entire Great American Conference crew. So long for now, everybody, from Clydeberry Field in Arkadelphia.